Good afternoon, and horse racing world. This is Oldy. I'm here with my good friend Chris Walsh, who is sitting in for Justin today. And we're, first of all, happy Memorial Day, but we're doing a special Memorial Day mandatory payout version of the stretch run. And Chris, how are you doing today, by the way?
I'm doing great, Oldy. Ready to get after it. It looks like a fun Santa Anita card. I think there might be a surprise or two in order, maybe a couple of crooked numbers in the sequence. Welcome to all of our viewers. Thanks for joining us. Happy Memorial Day, everyone. And special shout out to all of our armed forces veterans, and thanks to all those that gave it all. Anyway, let's get cracking.
Absolutely. Yes. So we have this race coming up at Santa Anita in about 7 minutes, but let's start by talking about why we're all here. And Chris and I have a couple tickets each for you as options. Chris I would say, are more budget friendly than my options. We also have some guest handicappers coming on to present their tickets to you. And as well, I put these tickets out on Twitter, and I also shared them to the community on WhatsApp, Facebook, and Twitter as well. So, we want to have a fun show and a show with you guys playing along. We want to hear your thoughts as well. But let's start with, my A ticket and then Chris's A ticket, and then we'll get to race 4 at Santa Anita ASAP as well.
Yeah, we're looking for less of these and more of these.
And just so you know, Chris had those, like the clown nose noise too, but that was apparently too insulting for me. After Friday, where I was wrong all the time, I needed that clown noise, the honk honk wee wee noise.
Yeah, I think there was something late that day where I asked you about a horse, and you were like,
I hate that horse.
Earned money or something like that.
Yeah, I had a note on it that it was a money burner. Exactly.
Right to the winner's circle it went.
Yep. And I said in the comment, this probably puts it right in the winner's circle too.
Yeah, you did. You did. All right, let's talk about your ticket.
So my A ticket, I'm all in the first 2 legs. I did not love the 2, but in race 1 and was going to go all but 1. But Chris, you convinced me to buy up on the long shot there, and take the risk and not take the risk to go all but 1 here.
Yeah, that 2 horse is dangerous. It's the EE long shot. There's also a few good handicappers out there that also have that as their top pick. So it wouldn't surprise me if the 2 wins. However, Sias didn't come out here to just have fun and make that long flight, but he didn't come out here for Queen Goddess. But that being said, I think Queen Goddess could just take care of everybody here and not have a problem. But
and
structure is right.
No,
and
I agree. And the reason I didn't play that was because I was trying to have good etiquette in terms of not stealing one of your singles. So, and not having us tied to a bunch of the same horses. So, here I do like Queen Goddess. Only 23% though, not a huge win percentage. 56 on the pace, top pace. You can see the square there. Top SOR, top GSR, and the top pick. Those are usually what you look for in a single, though. I do think this race is more wide open than it looks on paper, though.
Could be. I mean, You see the clustered win percentages there, right? You've got 13 to 23% for all but one of the field there, and then there's the two doing what it should be doing as a 2%er, as the long shot. But we've seen those horses win.
Yes, absolutely. Leg 2, I'm all here as well. You'll see in my B ticket, I actually singled in this leg, but in this ticket, I went with the Baffert, who had the better works, who's the second choice, also second win percentage, and tied for top GSR. But these are maidens, and just as an interesting fact here, the 4, even though the GSR is long, John Sheriff is like 24% or 28% with second time starters. It is so that there's a potential to get a price here as well. I know you and Lexi and a few other people also like this one, with Sias coming in to ride there.
Yeah, it's the size factor there for me. If Joe Bravo was driving that horse, I'd probably leave it off. But Sias, I'll leave it on.
For me, I had to. Those two horses are working together and working pretty evenly, so I had to include the 3 as well. Even though Sias is a much better jockey and probably hit the choice of the 2 horses. I will tell you, even though I used the 5, I did not like the gate works on the 5. I think this horse may break a little slowly. But these look like good gate works, but they're Baffert gate works. And the fact he rarely does 2 gate works in a row. And to me, that was a warning sign.
Yeah, and they're right next to each other too. So if the 5 breaks out, that could affect the 6 a little bit and open it up. But the 6 is the the Baffert that doesn't lose. Kind of like, what was the one that ran the other day that lost? It won the forever or whatever it was. Worcester, something like
Worcester,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
And that was a John Sheriff's first time starter that beat him. And John Sheriff's never wins first out.
Yeah.
So you
so
can throw John Sheriff's out the rest of the year.
Well, and if I was going to use 4 horses here, why wouldn't I go just like in the previous leg? Why not the E long shot? I don't love, but it's the E long shot, and it's tied for the top GSR. And it is first time Tim Yaktine, actual Yaktine here, not Baftine here.
Yeah, I get it. And at the 20-cent level, you can do that. If this was a $2 pick 6, or you can't do that.
And to compare this, that this is Chris's A ticket, so you're all in the first leg as well.
Yep.
And then you're 156 here.
Yep.
And we're approaching the gate at Santa Anita for race 4, so we can pick this up after this race here. But did you like something here? I know you said you liked a double.
Yeah, I'm going to bet the double going into the 2 in the next. I'm going to bet it a little heavier with the 5 and the 4 and the 3. And then I'll have a little bit less on the 1 and 2 to the 2, since those are really paying crazy numbers. So I'll be alive to that 2, one way or the other, hopefully with the price.
Well, good luck to you.
Yeah, don't forget to put the sound on.
Good point. And you're going to have to remind me of that all day. And I need the clown nose for that too. The clown noise.
We'll be here for 3.5 hours.
They're off. Christie's Tiger broke outward, but did break very alertly. Sweet Heidelberg won from the rail, and Classical Romance.
One of my coworkers used to work for Heidelberg.
Your Honor, snugly in hand 4th, and Quora is at the back of a compact field. It's Classical Romance leading the way by about a length. Sweet Heidelberg
caught his boss one day at Heavenly Bodies,
through on the inside with the green
which
sleeves,
is exactly what it sounds like.
And
I don't know what he was doing there, but his boss was
heading to the half-mile pole. Romance shows the way. In second, Sweet Heidelberg, Christie's Tiger still outside of them, and Quora a length and a half off the lead. Your Honor will have to go wide, but you're starting to move up now as Christie's Tiger goes to put some pressure on Classical Romance. It's Classical Romance, 3/4 of a length. Christie's
Keep
Tiger
going,
in
one.
second. Sweet Heidelberg losing ground in between them. Kawara ground saving and Ute, Your Honor. Classical Romance handridden to
This
the
one may
quarter
get
pole.
away.
Kawara threatening to run a big race at the rail. These two,
the
1,
three is
2, and
coming.
then Christie's Tiger. Here's
Three's gone.
Kawara
Okay, I got
hugging
you.
the fence, confidently handled, takes command, and opens up. It's Kawara clear by 2. On the outside, Classical Romance is fighting on. These two
One's
are
fighting
dominating. Kawara, Classical
Yeah.
Romance, Game, and Christie's Tiger on the outside. It will be Kawara and Giovanni Franco taking care of business by 2. Classical Romance holds second. Christie's Tiger was third.
All right. That's not bad. We beat the 1. I mean the 5, so that's good. Double is paying $45 for $2, so 22.5 to 1. Might not exactly be the odds that I want, but
Yeah.
we'll take it.
All right, so back to, we've got Lexi coming up in a few minutes here, so let's see how quickly we can get through our remaining 4 legs for her to then be able to talk about her ticket.
Perfect.
I thought that race 7 was wide open. Thought the Baffert was pretty interesting here. Has some really nice works. Granted, hasn't won since 2021, and did go to Mott and then was either bought back or claimed back by well, not claimed back. It doesn't really show, so it must have been a private purchase back. And this is Baffert's wife that owns this horse.
Could this be suspension related? Did this horse run at Churchill?
What ran at Kentucky Downs, but not. Yeah, it could be because I don't think.
Yeah,
in
there it is.
2021 was he suspended yet in 2021?
5-1. No, that was before the Derby or on
Yeah.
Derby Day, the American Turf.
Yeah, and then
They might have thought about moving it around and just left it. They probably left it in Kentucky for Mott to take care of.
and then I think the 1 here is a Grade 1 winner. Beat the 2 and the 3 in the Kilroy Mile, even though the 2 is your top choice. The 3 actually finished ahead of the 2 as well in that race. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at the 24%, second to top GSR 96 on the 2. I know you think that the 2 is coming back really fast. I thought the 11 was really interesting at the 97 GSR. First time in the US. Mandela's actually pretty decent first time in the US. I do typically like Dubawi's better sprinting than going distance, but the GSR says this horse should be fine. And then the 8 Cabo Spirit was the long shot, in the same races as those other horses, not winning. Also finished ahead of Hong Kong Harry in the Kilroy Mile. So hard to, if you're going to use the 2, I don't see how you don't use these other horses. And then the 6, the second choice, is a little class compromise. Hasn't really gone against as good of horses, but has won 3 in a row and did beat 72 SORs last time out.
Yeah, and that's a good spot for Peter Urton to put the horse to step up. I mean, I'd rather be a step up to a bigger price for us, but yeah, you'll see that in my ticket. Yeah,
and
there it is.
And you're 1, 3, 7, 9, 10 on this ticket, I believe.
I added the 6 in the other one because I singled early.
Right. And then
we start to get thin.
Yes. So you are 1, 2, 4. You went the all EE picks here.
Yep.
And I went just 1, 4 with the 2 Bafferts. I know both of us think Country Grammar should be the favorite, not Defunded, just because Defunded seems to want to go 9.5 or 9 furlongs and not as much the 10 furlongs. The last time the horse ran 10 furlongs got caught.
Yeah.
So but both these horses are pretty tactical. Neither of them need the lead. even though they're
I don't know
similar.
about that. I think Defunded getting it last time was that was a little bit easier. That was a
I
funkier
actually
field than
talked
what
to
he's
this.
facing today.
I talked to this on if you remember our Pacific Classic show, or Pegasus Classic, sorry, that the Defunded actually has more wins rating than he does on the lead.
Yeah.
And so, you'll see here gets caught going 10 furlongs, gets caught here going 10 furlongs. And there's more like that where Defunded gets caught on the lead. I don't really think Defunded wants the lead. I don't think Country Grammar does either, though.
No.
So that they could go really slow here. And
hey, Chuck, Adarsh, Joe, Tyrese, and Jason. Jason said went to Mott because Baffert was suspended by Naira. That's right. I remember now. Thank you, Jason.
And then
all right.
You and I are both single to the 2 here on our A tickets.
Yeah, it's like suicide, man. But
yeah,
whatever. You got to go somewhere.
Yeah, and when you see 30,
how many tickets did I send you today where I had Country Grammar single? Like 8
a bunch, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you also went thin in the last, going just to the on your A ticket, going to the 5. I went wide here on both my tickets, thinking that this race was pretty wide open. I was actually pretty disappointed that the 2 scratched. I actually like that horse a lot.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a little worried that I'm going to get burned by not using the E long shot in the last here, but the horse is 0 for 2 down the hill, and those were against easier. So that was one of the things that made me think that I could get away with that here.
Yeah, the post. The funny thing about the post down the hill is that 1 and 2 are really not bad. If you know what you're doing as a jock, if you get the horse out of the gate, you can do a straight line down to the turn.
Yeah.
But it all just depends on if you can get out of the gate and get going. The reason why I like the 5, if you open that one up, this one was just straight Kristen Mulhall, Kent DeSormo. Kent knows how to ride the hill very well. Kristen is a very good conditioner. She knows how to get horses ready. The horses run down the hill before, 2 back, so it knows how to do it. And we'll see what we get. That's strictly that play there. Just go a little bit more Captain Obvious and hope more people spread there or got knocked out early.
All right, so we will revisit our B tickets in a minute, but let's bring we lost Lexi here. Let me see what's going on with Lex here.
Yeah, I don't see her backstage.
Yeah, hold on.
23 minutes to post at Santa Anita. Looks like Queen Goddess is taking all the money right now at 3 to 5.
Okay, here's Lexi. Lexi, I'm going to add you in right now. Hello, Lexi.
Yeah.
Can you hear us okay?
Can you hear us?
Hello, Lexi.
Hello, boys.
You got to turn the YouTube down.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead and mute. Yes, we can hear you. But go ahead and mute the YouTube, because just like if you've ever called into a radio show, we can hear that sound too.
Is your volume up?
Yeah, you sound good. Is
we
Christy there as well?
I can't hear you.
Your speaker might be on mute.
I can't hear you guys.
Okay, click on settings, Lexi, and then click on audio.
Maybe I need headphones.
Your speaker.
Okay.
We can hear you, but you can't hear us, I guess.
Well, I think she can hear us through the YouTube, but not through the...
Yeah, well, that's too late. It's late.
What happened to my screen? Why is
I can't hear them.
There's the
You said settings.
Settings,
see.
audio, and then choose your speaker. We do tech support here at the Stretch Room as well.
Settings, audio, choose your speaker.
Choose your speaker. Do you see it?
Is it a setting in YouTube? Or is it a setting on?
No, it
Yeah,
should be a
it's
setting in Streamcast.
She can't hear us, so we can keep talking, telling her things that she can't hear.
Yeah. So
Oh.
it's in this.
Or StreamYard.
Oh,
Right there.
right. What setting is it?
Audio.
What setting is it? Communications, microphone array. That seems fine. Tell them to talk.
Can you hear us?
Thanks for bearing with us.
Can you guys talk?
Yeah, we're talking now.
Yeah, we're talking
Can
now.
you hear us?
Well, we're having technical difficulties, but Lexi, do you want to just talk about your ticket? Well, we're having technical difficulties. And we just won't be able to interact with you. Do you want to just talk about your ticket?
Okay, perfect. So I actually really like the 3 in the first leg. I think the 3 is definitely the horse to beat. But I'm a little bit scared of the 2, 6, and 7. So I used the 2, 6, and 7 too in my pick 6. I did a smaller pick 6 that singled the pick 3 to complement my ticket. I thought definitely the 1 and 6 were the horses to use in race 6. I almost singled the 6 in this leg. The workouts were great for the 6, but the 1 with the top win percentage, EE top win percentage, does kind of scare me a little bit. So I decided to use both in this leg, but I almost did a ticket singled in 3 legs and with 3 alls, because I think the sequence is kind of tough today. With race 7, race 9, and race 10, I think are really tough. In race 7, I used the 1, 2, 6, and 8. I probably like the 6 the best in this leg, but I definitely think that the 1 has a great shot. I think the 2's probably the horse to beat. And then I kind of like Cabo Spirit, which is the Scotty long shot, or EE long shot, in this leg too. So I decided to go 4 deep in this leg. But I really think this leg is probably pretty wide open. I'm concerned about a lot of horses in here. I'm glad I have friends spread deeper in this leg, because I could see the 11 winning. I could see a lot of horses in this leg winning. But in the same breath, I do feel like there's a possibility that this whole sequence could kind of chalk out. And so this sequence might not pay a ton. So I was also concerned about that. So I did do a ticket, actually a couple tickets that were singled short in the legs. So hopefully if it chalks out, I hit it multiple times. In the 8th race, I went 1-4. I actually like the 4 the best. The 1 does scare me, but mostly because my friends Chris and Oldy like the one a lot. I think the 4 is probably the most likely winner. I'm a little bit concerned about the 1 just not having raced real recent. And I do think this is a Baffert race, though. I think it's probably the 1 and the 4 probably get you through this leg. But I actually like the 4 best, but because my good friends who are great handicappers, Chris and Oldy, really like the 1, I have a hard time leaving the 1 off. In this next leg, I am spread a little bit. I liked the 1, 2, and 3 probably the best in this leg. However, I think that this is a really tough race. So I could see many or all of these horses potentially winning. I probably could make a case for almost all of them. Obviously, the 2, the EE Morning Line loves the 2 with the top pace. So if I had to make a top pick, it would probably be the 2, just, with all the metrics moving towards EE's metrics moving towards it, I would probably pick the 2. But I could see the 1 winning. I could see the 7 winning. Actually, the 8, I found interesting with Flavian Pratt jumping aboard that horse. It's got Lasix for the first time. I thought that horse potentially has a shot at winning. So I included that horse as well. And in the last leg, I will tell you, I have noticed that JJ Hernandez wins a lot of last races at Santa Anita. So the 4 would probably be my top pick with Peter Miller and JJ. But I have the 5 and 7. I can tell you, I also think this race is wide open. I think it could be the 10 or the 11 or the 4, 5, or 7. My original ticket, I had all in this leg. So I think this leg is wide open.
Yeah. Yeah.
But those are probably my top 3 picks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
appreciate it, Lexi. Yeah, no, I think it's a great ticket.
Can you turn the volume up just a little?
And who are your 3 alls?
On my original ticket, on one of my early tickets, I singled the 3, race 5. I singled the 6, race 6, and I singled the 4, race 8. And then I did all in race 7, 9, and 10.
Yeah, I think that's like $239.
Race 8, and then I did all in race 7.
Something like that. So I sent you a chat. Hit me up on the side.
Great. Thanks, Lexi. Thank you so much.
Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye now. Alfredo. My friend, how you doing? Can you hear us? Are we frozen here?
There he is.
After how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Your audio's a little choppy.
Are you listening? My volume is not good.
Yeah, your video is frozen and your audio is really choppy.
Nice to meet you, Chris.
Hey, Alfredo, how are you? Good to see you. All right, he's moving again.
And he's frozen again. The technical difficulties of doing a live show.
Choppy. everything right. Well, the sequence is very tough.
I agree. The sequence is tough. We missed most of what you said, though, after that.
I try and use.
Yeah. Alfredo, if you want to, I was going to tell him to try to go off video to conserve his bandwidth.
Maybe, or not use dial-up. That would help.
He's got mail.
Yeah, I can hear it. I can hear it connecting from here. All right. Well, I liked Lexi's ticket.
I like Alfredo. I had a very similar ticket to Alfredo's too that I showed you. I just decided, since we, instead of having two tickets nearly exactly the same, to play a little different. Here we go. Here comes Alfredo. Let's see if we're. I think we might be.
Hey guys,
now.
I switched to my phone. Let me try to post this.
Yeah, you sound way better now.
Are you listening better now?
Yep.
Yeah.
So Chris, I met Alfredo in person at Gulfstream a couple of weeks ago during the Derby. Actually, a few days before the Derby. Can you hear me at all, Alfredo?
Can you hear? Hello? Are you there?
I can listen to you guys.
Seems to be a theme.
Give me a second.
I was going to edit his mic settings. Apparently I can do that. Yeah, so I was going to tell a little story here about a man named Jed. Poor mountain man. I hear he never kept his family fed.
All right. Do you want to? We're going to start singing Laverne and Shirley again, or what?
Well, I think I'm breaking into the Beverly Hillbillies instead, but because it is Santa Anita.
Good job, Lexi. Absolutely, Christy, you're right. Hello, Scott. Hello, Razor. What's going on? Marco, trying to beat Queen Goddess this race. All right. Good luck.
We would like that too. Well, we wait on Alfredo. This is Alfredo's ticket. It's out there on Twitter as well. Let's talk about our B tickets while we wait, and I'll wait when I hear the sound.
Okay.
Oh, here comes Alfredo, of course.
You're right. We should have started at 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you listen better to me?
Can you hear us, though?
Yes, finally. I don't know what happened with my phone, my laptop. Now I'm using my tablet.
Yeah.
Okay, 604. Well, that is the ticket that I sent to you guys. The sequence is very tough for the mandatory today at Santa Anita. I was thinking to maybe single one of the horses in the Hollywood Gold Cup. Mm-hmm. Likely Country Grammar, I think, is a better horse in that distance. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, maybe if that long trip could affect him. So the funded is running well currently at Santa Anita, and that is the reason that I use both. But maybe you can stand with Country Grammar and add more horses, for example, in the last 2 legs that are very tough races. I don't know, Oldy, if you agree with me that 9 race is maybe a key race. Anyway, there is a good price there with the number 2 Eleutira that has a very big win percentage and has the pace, the top pace of the race.
Yep. So Chris and I both have tickets singled to the 2 there.
You single that horse. Well, has a good chance to win. Has a good chance to win.
Second best win percentage in the sequence too.
Yes,
and we played 2 tickets.
It's a good price. So, maybe it's going to. I added the 2 horses, and the reasons were Ultimate High. I think it's going to improve a lot. She have run very well at the distance, and the number 5 Emerald Lake. I have a feeling with that long shot of EquinEdge. Antonio Fresu is a very good jockey running from behind. And I don't know, but I am seeing this Emerald Lake closing fast at the end. Maybe it's going to be a big surprise in this race. I don't know, but that is the reason that I added the two horses. But Ilutira has a good chance to win. I like her a lot.
Yeah. No,
in the last leg, is a tough race, but I am using the 4 horses that I think are the best ones. 4, 5, 7, and 10. I don't have any particular preference in one of them, but I think the 4 of them are, a must in the tickets. Well, I already said about Contigrammer. In the third leg, Hong Kong Harry is maybe the best horse of the field, but the race is very complicated. This horse of Buffer, Du Jour, is always closing strongly in each of his appearances, but I don't know, maybe today is his day. And Cabo Spirit also is a horse that closes strongly in his opportunity at Santa Anita and has a good price. Is attractive. I don't really like the number 6. I think this race is going to be very tough for him, but that is the reason that I didn't include it. But I know it's risky. It's the second pick of EquinEdge. And the other option that I used was the number 1 Gold Phoenix. It's a very good horse, and this race is, if Hong Kong Harry does not win, it's going to be a very tough race, I think.
Yeah.
Harry wins.
I thought that race was wide open. We also thought the 9 might have a chance to go gate to wire there.
Well, the issue with that horse that he ran a lot of time here at Gulfstream.
Yeah.
But he was running in lower levels. This one is a grade 1, and he was not able to wear the field at Golden Gate Fields, and this one is tougher. So I don't see that guy leading this race where to wear. I don't think so.
Another horse I like here is the 11. First time in the U.S. for Mandela.
Yes, it's like one horse that is the GSR is very high, 97. He has no experience in graded race, but it's a good option. You're right. Maybe the horse likes to run at Santa Anita and can, spring a big surprise. There is a horse in race 9 that I remember I saw that was running in Europe and was a possibility. Anisette, the number 8 in race 9. The number 8 is an option if you want to add another horse in race 9. Anisette. And well, in the race 6, that is the second leg, I was thinking to use McCarthy's horse with the number 6 True Hood, but probably the other horse of Buffer is going to win, so it's too risky to leave him out. The number 6 is working better for sure, but I don't know. I think the number 5, you don't know. It's Buffer against Buffer. You can take the chances. And in the first leg, Queen Goddess is a very good mare. Luis Saez is back to ride her. But I think this horse, Via Reggio, number 5, I am expecting a big race from that mare. So I prefer to add her, and I use also Quattro L and Macadamia. But the number 5, I like the number 5 a lot, and it's paying 7-1. I like that 5. So that is what I did. And well, I wish you very good luck to the audience and to you guys with your tickets. And thank you for having me.
No problem, Alfredo. And let me again give you credit for your call on Mage and for sticking it to Scotty when you did it too in person.
Yes, I know that was a kind of light show.
Yes.
I'm sorry for that.
No, I actually really enjoyed the excitement
that weekend.
I enjoyed the excitement on your part. It was really cool to be there for that.
Okay, well, let's try to hit something good today. And I repeat, if you hit some ticket today, I think it's going to pay very well. I hope so.
Me too. So, thank you, Alfredo. I appreciate you coming on with us as well.
Sure. Well, good luck, and 2 minutes to go for the first
Yep.
leg. So I leave you, and well, root for the best.
All right, sounds good.
Good luck, Alfredo. Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Bye-bye.
Alfredo's really, I mean, he's really a good guy. Has a great story too. Like, you know, we talked a little bit about, you know, how he ended up at Gulfstream and everything like that. Just a great guy all around. And you know, couldn't have been happier for him that he made that call on Mage, and Mage was Gulfstream based, you know, and it ended up winning there as well at the Derby. So, and he gave Scotty the same kind of, you know, how you give your friends crap when you call something and they didn't like it. He gave them the same kind of crap that you'd give any of your friends. So that was a lot of fun. Just really quickly, I know we have a couple minutes here, so let's try to get through our B tickets. No difference for me in leg 1. Leg 2 for you, leg 1 for you, you're single to the 3 here. You know, obviously that makes perfect sense to me. I singled the 6. This was basically my original B ticket that I put out this morning. I was single to the 6. And since nobody else actually ended up going there, I went back there. Good workouts, aggressive, I think aggressive play here. But, you know, I really like the workouts better on this Baffert than the other one. And I think this horse, if it breaks sharply, is going to be really dangerous. I believe you spread here as well. We spread very similarly. So you're 1, 3, 6, 7, 9, 10, and I'm 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, 9, 11. So I'm the same on my A and B ticket in race 7. Race 8, I'm the same. Race 8, you were singled to Country Grammar. That you've been talking about this all day.
Yeah.
I was surprised you didn't go there. On the other ticket, hold on, I don't know how I have that up there when it looks like that.
No, the reason why I didn't go there on the other ticket was because I wanted to spread there, and the strategy was different. It started off with a single, and
then and as the money's still pouring in here, and we're not even at the gate, you're 1, 2, 12 here. You went narrow, took the E top pick, the second pick, and the one who is Joe Bravo and Carly Gaines. Joe Bravo, they're a dangerous combo here. That they also have, they're very strong in the SOR department here, second best SOR. You know, right there in the GSR, so that makes a lot of sense to me. And then
while I talk about this, go and look at the message I just sent you. Okay. And I'll talk about the last 2. Yeah, so race 9, simply, I wanted the 2. I like the 2. As the pace horse, you've got the E morning line angle there. I figured I need that one. I wanted Joe Bravo and Carla Gaines on the rail because I think that horse will get a good trip and be in a position to win. And then the 12 was the other obvious one, I thought, just from a more of a mid-price, someone that could come in and catch the 2. And then in the last one, just kind of a big spread there. I think I'm only missing a few of the longer price horses, but between that one and the other one, I believe I'm pretty sure I can hit them both if they fall the right way. So
what
do you want?
The only thing I was surprised with is that you didn't use the E long shot in the last there.
No, I thought about it, and I'll do something with that going into the last race if I'm still alive.
Maybe
plus that hour. We have the golden hour. I told you earlier today. I think the golden hour could pay more than a pick 6, just simply because of the way the thing could fall.
Well, we're at almost $3 million in the pool. You know, so I went 1, 2. So the leg that I'm different in other than the single was leg 5. So I went 1, 2, 5, 7. So the 7 actually would be my top choice, other than the 2 in leg 9. That would have been the second horse I added, or in race 9. And then the 5, the long shot, which Alfredo talked about, and the 8, who's first time US, and I know that Powell is 0 for 15 first time US. We're loading here, so let me get this up.
And yes, Mr. Hancock, you were right. The system did end up with Mage all over the place with the ticket generator. And you were correct.
Well, in the colors of red,
when you don't do that, you get in trouble.
But
here we
I'll
go.
tell you, I was with Alfredo the
Macadamia
Thursday
to
before the
complete the
Derby,
lineup.
before Forte scratched,
Grade 1 game
and
week.
he was going on and on about Mage. And we're off.
They're off in the gamely. Queen Goddess and Bellamore bumped a little. School Dance comes through to their inside. It's School Dance, Bellamore, and Queen Goddess right across the course. Via Reggio is only 2 lengths behind. Then Closing Remarks tucked in on the inside of Macadamia, and Quattroel has 6 lengths to make up. School Dance and Bellamore on even terms with a lap to go. Queen Goddess content to track the top pair from 3rd. Then it's Via Reggio.
Did you think Queen Goddess needed the lead here?
Down on the rail, about 3 lengths off the lead. Macadamia and Stretch Running Quattroel is at the back. It's School Dance leading the way by about a neck over Bellamore. 2 more lengths. Via Reggio inches up inside Queen Goddess.
I'm fine to get the favorite here. And
Closing Remarks, Macadamia side by side, 4 off the lead, and 2 more to Quattroel. The pace has been moderate, heading to the half-mile pole in the gamely. And it's School Dance, who has been there since the gate opened, leading by a neck to Bellamore's 2nd, and now Queen Goddess starts to put some pressure on the top pair 3rd. Via Reggio is at the rail, 2 lengths off the pace in 4th. Macadamia pushed along, Closing Remarks, and Quattroel. Bellamore's School Dance. Bellamore gets her head in front. Here's Queen Goddess, though, and Queen Goddess sprints up and quickly takes the lead at the top of the stretch, putting a length on Bellamore in 2nd. Macadamia on the outside, Via Reggio between them. Quattroel there, 1/8 of a mile from home. And it's Queen Goddess with a length lead. Macadamia bearing down, and so is Quattroel within 2.5. Macadamia takes the lead in the final stages, and it's Macadamia and Tiago Pereira to win the gamely. Quattroel got up for 2nd, Queen Goddess 3rd. Then it was Via Reggio and a photo between Closing Remarks and Bellamore.
All right. 3 moved too fast, too soon, maybe.
Maybe too early. Wasn't that hot of a pace. But the 7 was able to have a sustained move too. I feel like the 3 had a few stops and starts there. I'll take 6 to 1 to open this. I think that's a good start.
Yeah.
Number 7, Macadamia was first. It's a photo for 2nd.
All right. So my $86 ticket is dead.
Yep.
My $63 ticket moves on with the 156 and then a good spread. I got 3 by 5 by 3 by the 2 singles.
Yep. So this one, we'll keep this one up just in case, just to look back on as well, because I think you have some decent choices in some other legs here. So
I moved all my stuff to the last. So I'll definitely be playing some sort of probably Santa Anita pick 4.
Or you could play this back as a pick 5.
No,
it's a big pick 5, but
no chance.
Or play the 6, single the 6, go 6, your leg 7 race 8 the 1. Double single there.
4 or 3. 4 or 3 is easier than 5, so we're not going to do 5.
Yeah.
All right.
So that one moves on.
6, Quattroel.
This one moves on.
Queen Goddess, 4th 5 Via Reggio, 5th 2 Bellamore, 7 6 3 5
Lexi's
2.
moves on. as does Alfredo's and all. So out of our 5 tickets presented on, or 5 tickets presented on the show, 6 tickets presented on the show, we're still alive to 5.
Perfect.
And, we do have Golden Gate coming up in 6 minutes here. I am going to switch things around. We'll show our first Golden Gate race for today. And I am going to get E up for that, and we can talk Golden Gate.
What gate? Race 4, Golden Gate, race 4. All
Yep.
right, let me get my notes together here.
And then we can talk, after this, we can talk what you're going to do to cover your ticket that's still out there, as well as, I'm going
to do that. I'm going to do that in race, not the next race.
Right. And
Race up.
we may also talk a Golden Gate pick 5 or something like that. So we have something going there as well.
So you put 1 ticket out, right?
I put both
2.
tickets.
Okay.
I put both of my tickets out on Twitter, WhatsApp, and in the Facebook chats.
Sweet. All right.
All right. So Golden Gate got a big favorite here. The 5 is 4-5. Actually, we have 2 big favorites here. They're, these 2 horses are 1 for 8, but they're 67% of the win percentage. Son of an Inch, sitting here, didn't beat 50s last time out, just missed. Wong had run this horse on dirt. It ran not as well, slight GSR drop there, but should have been okay. This is 3rd off the layoff. I can see why this horse might be 1-1. The second best win percentage, but top pick, the 1, is a McCarthy horse. And I've been seeing him run more and more horses up at Golden Gate recently. This horse was in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. And that is me questioning why this horse was in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile at 123.9-1. But, this horse hasn't run since then. I don't really know if this horse will run here. This horse appears to need the lead, appears to possibly not get it here. Has its SOR inflated by the Breeders' Cup Juvenile run. And this might be a horse that I would toss if I were playing an exotic.
Well, I can tell you right now, and we're not anywhere near where we're going to know how it's going to end up, but the 5-6 double for $2 is paying $4.
Okay. So I'm a little interested in the 3 here, who's also 1 for 8. Also been running against similar, can rate a little bit. Is dropping a little bit here in claiming price as well. It hasn't really run well the last 3 times out, but I'm a little, I'm looking at this horse at 20%, and I'm a little interested at 10-1. Count Asher.
Yeah, go look at the
I'd be
works
more
on
interested if that horse was sitting as the long shot, but
you got the works up for that?
I do not. Do you have that up?
I do.
For me?
There's 5 of them listed. That's the last one at the bottom. So for those reasons, I'm out.
Okay. And the 2, the lightliest raced of the horses, but does not seem to be running well. And last time out was against this same claiming price, a little slightly better SOR, didn't run very well either. But somebody's got to win here, and maybe that somebody then, the long shot here just missed last time at this level, but against significantly easier in terms of SOR.
It's getting bad too.
Yep. 9% E long shot. So maybe a 5, 3, 4 exacta here.
No, I'm not. If I do anything here, it's going to be a double. It's just going to be it's going to probably boil down to a question of between whether the 5 and the 6, 5, 6 is going to be good enough, or if I want to try and hit it for more with another horse in the next race.
I might take a shot on the E long shot here in the next race. I do not mind that horse. 3 of 8 at the distance, dropping in SOR.
The Shotgun Express?
To the level that, what?
Are you talking about race 5?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, if I were to play against the 6, that would probably be my choice. The long shot, the 1.
Mm-hmm.
And we're loading in the gate here, so I hope you have your double in.
Nope. Thank you.
So, Tony, what was your ticket then? I see Jay's ticket here.
Hello, Jay. Elliot. Going with the 3-2 exacta there at Golden Gate.
Why not? I mean, these are not exactly Derby horses, even though McCarthy did think that one of those horses was.
Tony, I don't know if 6-1 and a 20-cent pick 6 is a boom boom. It's a good move on horse, but it's nothing to get over.
I think it is when it was the 4th choice. I want to say 3rd or 4th choice, and
Sure.
There was a lot of money, I think, tied to that 3.
Yeah, but I mean, just because it's tied to it in the win pool doesn't mean it's
I
heavily tied.
But we all discussed singling that horse too. I can't imagine there were not.
Hey, you didn't turn the sound on.
Oh yeah, we're missing Matt Dinnerman, our good friend.
Just there on the outside.
Friend of the show.
Son of a Finch is 3 deep in a good stalking spot. Has wound up.
Of course, the one who I said
length
wouldn't get the lead.
Length and a quarter. A
And
length and a half now wound up with 5
needed it.
seconds
Of course,
to go.
gets the
Son
lead.
of a Finch. Evan Roman asking him to get going. Takes second. El Barinches under a ride. Good focus is getting into the race now. He was last early. He's still at the back, but he's only about 2.5 lengths behind. Gets to the outside for the stretch run. Wound up. He's got plenty for the stretch
run.
Appears, and wound up in the Redham Racing
Matt.
colors. Kicks away. The margin's 2.5 lengths. Now 3. Now about 4. And wound up with a big.
Like I said,
effort
needs
today.
the lead. Put a note on that horse.
Cruising under the line, wins it nicely.
If you come across it again, 100% needs the
Count
lead.
Asher outfinishes Good Focus for the 3rd spot.
Yep.
El Barinches 5th.
100%.
It's literally what my note says. 100% needs lead.
Got the lead.
Yep.
All right. Well, the 6 horse in the next is 1-9 with 17 minutes.
Number 1 wound up first. 2nd, number 5, Son of a Finch. 3rd, number 3, Count Asher. 4th, number 4,
the
Good
volume
Focus.
would be good
1534. 1534. Your top.
Turn off there. Which I'm not surprised, or in the early betting when you're dealing with a Baffert that has that level of workout report, that you're 1-9 there.
Yeah, for sure.
But again, like I said, of all these horses, the horse I like the least, and I'm probably going to put in the winner's circle by saying this, it is the 5.
Mm-hmm.
And that was due to I did not like the gate works, and being a watcher of Baffert over the years, you don't see him group gate works together very often, back to back.
No.
So this one had
Yeah.
one, it had another one here, but in between, he usually has another bullet there. And here, he must have not been happy with this gate effort.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, something didn't work for him that they made him do that, because that's not his standard MO of what he does.
Right, absolutely. And you'll see this gate work on the 1 and the 3, you'll see they have the same time because they were working together on May 22nd there.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep in mind that the 1 or the 3, one of these horses could be in here to make the other horse more comfortable too.
Yeah.
Baffert does that a lot as well, that puts the workmate in there. But so I'm not shocked at all that horse is 1 to 9. I expect it to come up as the betting goes on, but with the single there on the B ticket, I feel pretty good that not great for the overall value, but I feel good that people are recognizing that horse might be a single. It's getting bet, but from a standpoint, that might be your biggest single in the sequence then, if this price stays there.
Let's do a quick pivot. Something we don't normally get to talk about, or we can't show it, but we can talk about it. Go to Ruidoso Downs.
I knew where you were going here.
Race number 9.
I am there.
We got a stakes race, $45,000. If I'm not mistaken, the EE tool is on fire, and it is. So let's just do a quick go back to like race 1.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. We're gonna flip through these quickly. So we got a second, go. Another second. No, not first. Yeah, first for second place.
First win percentage though.
Yeah. 9, go. There's another winner. 1 to 2. Cutie Blue Eye, there's not a top pick. Keep going. All right.
Well, top pick.
Yeah. Long shot. Bet down at 2 to 1.
Yep.
Another long shot that wasn't bet down. Wow. Just missed that one. Go.
Yep.
Okay, so sort these quickly by EE morning line. The 8, the 2. Okay, win
the
percentages.
5 sucking up so much of the morning line.
Yeah.
At 1 to 2.
The win percentages. Bomb Cyclone, yeah. It's a low sell horse. Avenger.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the 9 and the 10.
Pretty good breaker.
Yeah, GSR, nothing exciting. The 10. A little bit of a bump. And the 1. Has it ever been inside? Yeah, it's been on the 2 hole. 54, dropping 4 spots. There's a little bit to set for the 1. All right, go back. So it's 5, 9, 8.
Well, I mean, the 8's pretty interesting too. Big layoff, but it's the long shot.
Yeah. Sounds like an exacta. 5/8's paying $4. 5/1 is paying 46.
We covered that Champion of Champions race that the last time Bomb Cyclone ran.
Yeah. 9 and the 8.
That was when your world champion horse came in and we had Apolitical Pence and another, I can't remember the horse that actually won the race, but that was a pretty deep field. I don't think this, just from looking at it, I don't think this is as deep of a field.
No, it's a $45,000 race.
Yeah,
for sure.
Not $1 million.
You got it. Do you have it up? I mean, not
I
on the air, but
yeah, I do not. But let me pull it
okay.
up.
They're just getting ready to go off. I'm probably behind you in terms of streaming.
Yeah. I'll take
and then
a
we can get out too.
quick shot on the 8. Even though I think Bomb Cyclone wins this race, but I'll take 5 to 1 out, paying the 5-8 exacta at 4 to 1.
All right, and I figured out a $36 ticket for a pick 5 at Santa Anita based upon what I did before.
I will have you do
maybe an option or two if you want to split some. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm
going to single the 6 at country, True Hood and Country Grammar, and there's an all in the sequence.
Okay.
And then that's when I think we'll probably break out the Blantons.
They're having trouble loading into the gate.
That's not surprising.
Actually, somebody's about to be scratched. They should take bets on who's going to be scratched in these situations.
Scratch bets?
Yeah. Looks like the 9 might be.
That's something maybe Texas could add to their wagering menu. There's nobody that can bet on that. So, like, when this stuff happens, it really annoys me. And I'm almost thinking like I'm just going to cancel, but I'll let it go.
Yeah, I'll just sit on this, but let's talk Santa Anita. In the meantime, I'll keep one eye on that here. So
I have it up.
Let's see here. So this is the original Chris ticket. Let's go here. Your budget is what?
$36. I'll tell you what to do.
And you're singled here.
Single the 6. Okay, to just clear all your stuff. Clear everything.
Clear all legs. Okay.
Yeah. Clear all legs. Single the 6. Get rid of the 1.
And then single the 1 here.
No, hold it. Run the generator again. Because in that way they can see what it does. All right. Didn't really do anything. So we're going to single that.
Right?
Yes. Country Grammar is a single.
And then redo it.
36 is good, but then you got to go all in the fourth leg. Everybody seems to think that's the hardest one, or yeah, the hardest one. We'll just go all there. Lock it, roll it again. What does it do? Okay, single the 5 in the last.
So you're doubling down on the single of the 5.
For now, yeah. That's pretty much what it looks like. That's it, exactly.
Yeah, makes sense.
Now, if you had another key horse, if you like the 5, and that was like maybe one of your top 2 horses to use or top 3, and you had to play the exact same ticket and played it with one other horse, how would you play it?
So give me that again. That scenario.
So if you like the 5, because I know you like the 6 and the 1 are singles, right? That's pretty.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we're spread to your liking in the race 7, or is we're missing something from you in there?
I would have to use the 11 in race 7.
Okay, add the 11. Is there anybody else? Is that pretty much
So
take
you
care of
got
everybody?
6. You got the 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. The 9, I guess, could go gate to wire. I did not like it as much as everybody else seemed to, but
Well, if you feel like it's an add it. Let's see what it runs. Let's see what this works out to be.
let me lock everything else then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're locked everywhere else. Okay. 48
So
bucks.
they're $12 more. Yeah, easy. All right. So if you're good with the first 4 legs, then who would be the other horse you'd play in the last? If let's say if you and I wanted to split this, where I play mine, you play yours, and whoever cashes.
Yeah, see, this was tough for me because I really like the 2 that scratched out of this race, but you know, I think the 7 or hold on, let me. Going down the hill, I usually like to look and see who has had some success. I mean, the 11's interesting, even though I don't know if it actually went down. I do have this note on the 11. Pressed may be a monster, one to keep an eye out for down the hill, and of course, it hasn't won since then. Great note on my part.
Yeah. Well,
but 12%, 15 to 1 is something that might get your attention. And I know a lot of people like the 10.
Yeah, well, it's second choice. Why wouldn't you like it?
Yeah.
You get Rispoli, Glatz, spots his horse as well. So I understand it, man. The thing that's the challenge here at the price point without going nuts. So that costs us what, $48 a piece? You've got 50% equity. Yeah, if we hit 7 and 9 worthwhile, we'd be fine. We're certainly not going to hit it and lose money.
Right. No, I know. And your horse is dropping in class. Does have a winner. Well, no. Yeah. Non-winner of 1, even though it I love non-winner of 1s that have won more than once, but in this case it's restricted. It's not a non-winner of 1 lifetime.
Yeah. Cab moved on from Ruidoso. They are back in the paddock, and
still haven't scratched anybody, which is
so I just canceled and I'm moving on. You want to let your ride, go for it, but sorry, I tried to cover a quarter horse race on the air and they went back to the paddock.
All right. Yeah, you tried to do good for people there. So we're at almost $500,000 in the pick 5 pool, which is I think less than what you said Hollywood Park used to take in.
Yeah. What ones was I missing? And let me now that you got to pick 1, 2, 3.
It's gonna end up being 2,
8, 9.
It'll be something
10 and 11. 42. Which one am I missing? 1, 2, 3. Okay.
See, it'd be 240. That's probably too much.
That's what I'm saying, man. I just did the King Apollo. I'm single to the mole horse. The mole horse. The mole horse. The crystal mole horse. And the last side, we got 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So
I screwed this up.
It is. The system is on fire right now. So what if we did 4, 7, 5, 7, 10? So your pick and then the E top 2 picks. That's 144.
Okay, I'm looking. Hold on. All right, so how do we split that up? We're running out of time. I'm just going to do what I was normally going to do.
Yeah, no worries.
6. It's 1, 2, 3, 6 through 9, 11, and then country grammar, the 5, and all. And that was 50 cents, $48. Okay, I got that one in. I don't know what you're doing. If you're doing something, I can be in with that.
I'm not. I'm gonna.
Okay.
I'm covered here in ticket 2. or ticket 1, I mean, where I'm all here. So I'm not going to do anything till pick 4, or maybe even the golden hour, depending on if both tickets are alive.
Yeah, but I just realized something. You know, I did. Well, let's see if I get past the 2.
But other than that, all of them are coming up to the gate quite nicely. And actually, the number 3, Happy Tears, I like him more as he's coming up to the gate more and more. It'll be interesting to see how these maiden special weight colts and geldings cross the finish line.
It's also often interesting to see what they do coming out of the gate, too.
Approaching the gate.
It is.
Pick 5 pool just went over 700,000.
So you didn't have one other horse you liked other than the 2?
In which leg?
The last.
The 2 would have been my top choice. I was considering that as
I know you
as a
said
possible
that
single
number of times, but the 2 is scratched. There's nothing we can do about it.
No, I know, but I'm saying that opened the race up in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
To where there was not a horse that I really loved there.
Post time for the beginning of the late pick 5.
And in those situations, you typically want to run with the system when the system's hot like that, then try to outsmart it.
Extortion.
It's more fun to outsmart it, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Extortion.
True Hood.
Sounds like something Linda Rice is into.
Oh man. Easy
Somebody
now.
posted today. No, I'm kidding. That was a joke. But
and they're off, and True Hood bounces out very nicely. Rayquist has some speed, and Happy Tears in between them up close. Uncle Reg comes through, and Uncle Reg will be the pace setter.
Guess we're going to find out if the 6 can rate.
Taking the lead from Rayquist, who's second. A length back to True Hood in the clear third. Happy Tears now 4-3 off the pace. Emerald Union is next. Extortion at the back of the field. Half mile to go. Uncle Reg to catch. Leads at a half length to Rayquist second. 2.5 more. True Hood has to get closer third. Emerald Union is at the rail. Happy Tears and Extortion.
He's responding now.
3 furlongs from home, and Uncle Reg now opens up a length on Rayquist in second. It's 2 more to True Hood, who now has 2.5 to make up, coming toward the quarter pole. Another 3 back to Happy Tears in fourth.
Well, things are either going to get really interesting.
Rayquist on even terms with Uncle Reg. True Hood has work to do.
Here,
top of the lane. Rayquist on the outside gets the upper hand and pulls away from Uncle Reg. Then it's True Hood 5 back in third, and Happy Tears trying to get into the money.
I'm happy to say
Rayquist
that my B ticket is dead.
Jogging home through the stretch. Rayquist runs up the score and wins by 6 or 7. Uncle Reg second. Happy
I believe
Tears
that is
third, then Extortion.
The E long shot. Am I correct there?
Probably. Sounds like it.
All right, well, now we need to get the single of the 2 home. I'm not sure we can cover this after those first 2 legs in a so this is the ticket that's still alive. I don't believe any of the other tickets.
Number 2, Rayquist was first. 1 Uncle Reg second. 3 Happy Tears third, and 5 Extortion was fourth.
Had that? Nope. So, you know, does that qualify as a boom in an all leg?
I think so. You've got you're all right there. Which ticket is up? Did you put it up there?
Yeah, it's up there right now. It's the A ticket.
I don't know. I'm seeing the races.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Let me actually switch that over.
Sorry. Wow, man, everything is going to pay berserk there without the 6 in the top 4. Yeah, you're stacked up pretty well. It's all going to come down to the pace in the 9th race.
Yep, it's all about that 9th race now.
Yeah.
This is what we do this for, right? Is to put yourself in the position to have these opportunities.
Mm-hmm. All right, really, probably the bigger price, the better in the next.
Yep.
Figure out the rest of the way home. But yeah, super.
All right. I mean, we've gone through the tickets. We know that, you know,
The 4
pretty
might have
much
played a little better there, but that's about it. I mean,
yeah, but you know, it's another case where the long shot in a maiden race, you can't leave that off.
No.
There was nothing here saying this horse was going to run, other than it was the same GSR as the Baffert 2 to 5 shot.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, anybody else still alive with us here? You guys have a share, hopefully, especially the people in the chats and some people on Twitter. It's a good thing they reran my ticket too.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like nobody really had. A few people had it, like the 2 in the 8th race. 2 had a good
That was not the 8th race. That was the 6th race. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe the 2 will be good in the 8th. All right. You got Golden Gate going in 6 minutes.
Yeah. Justin actually has 9 shares of that ticket too.
Nice.
Because after Billy reran it, it looks like Justin saw there was some left and stepped up and took care of it.
Sweet.
So he's got a little over 20% of that ticket if they did it for the same number of shares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 3 alls ticket died. It died at the first all. The first single.
The 2 had the highest Tomlinson breeding rating. I don't know Tomlinson breeding ratings, but you know, it looks like that was a good call there, Donald. Good job.
Yeah, way to have the 2. I have a lot of 2s and other legs, just not that one.
So let's see if we can do a quick Golden Gate pick 5 here.
All right, while you do that, I'm going to refill.
So the system likes the 6 as a single. I can see why. I can see that. What is my note on the 2 though here? I don't think this 2 really is bred for the turf. All right, so for 8, 1 for 11. Top GSR. Top pick, second win percentage. But been getting caught. But huge drop here. I'm going to take a shot. As the 2 is the single here. And then the 6 there. Is there a reason why this horse is... I wouldn't use the 1 for 14 horse, but I would consider... So let's just button this up. We'll go all there. This horse could make sense. Sherman horse needs the lead. Is it the fastest? No. So let's see, long shot though, but not a maiden race. So I'm going to take a shot against the long shot here. 2 singles, $70. At Golden Gate, I know we have a few minutes here. It looks like at Ruidoso Downs in that quarter horse race, you got an absolute bomb at 21-1 there. One, 3, 5, 6, 2, 6, all 1, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That's your ticket, huh?
Yep.
1, 3, 5, 6.
One, 3, 5, 6.
So I'm going to play that. It's a pick 3. I'm going to play a 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 2, 6.
Now I'm playing the 2, getting the top pick, getting the lead in a pretty paceless looking race. This horse looks really dangerous. What's the works on the 4 here?
Works on the 4.
4 in race 6.
Thank you. Only 3 stars.
It has some monster works, but has never been better than 30s. And this 6 does have some speed that worries me a little bit. Looks cheap. So I'm hopeful the 2 can just get away.
Who's your other horse in the 7th?
I don't like any. Well, I mean, the 9's losing 10 points in GSR.
Yeah.
Let's sort by GSR here and see who wants the turf. I mean, the 8 is showing a good angle here, but on the morning line, but doesn't look like it can rate at all.
Well, you go back to the 8 because the 8's going up to Golden Gate. Has it been going up and down?
It has not.
Okay. But that's why it's going down, because it probably can rate a little bit, or at least try and rate better against this group and still have something than the others.
All right, we're going to move the stream over here.
What about Lake 2, other than the 2?
Well, hold on. I did that rapid fire, so I probably will not.
And the runners are facing up to the gate for the 5th race on our program today.
Yeah, did you see what happened to Ruidoso, by the way?
No. Who? What happened?
21-1 shot 1.
Shotgun Express is loaded
5
into
broke
the gate.
to his knees.
Here's Far West coming up.
Is what N is saying.
Well, that's not good.
Here's Robbie, post 3.
And his video robot.
Looking for revenge.
Sometimes I can't help myself with those jokes. But the original Nintendo Entertainment System came with Rob the video robot, who would
House of
had a
Lords.
gyroscope thing that there were certain games he could play against you.
Black Caspian to round out the field. We're ready to go.
We're ready to go.
And Lara. A lineup for the lead here. Shotgun Express, Far West. They've got a share of it. Robbie, he's going to take a hold and take back here. Far West strides forward to take the lead. Robbie's second. Shotgun Express happy to track from the third spot with Black Caspian the favorite in a good stalking position. 3 deep on the course, entering the clubhouse turn, looking for revenge at the back of the field with House of Lords around the clubhouse turn. 5 lengths from first to last.
The
Far West leads the way.
smallest rail
Roman
I've seen on this
top,
turf
length and a
course.
tail from Robbie, who's in a good stalking position. Second, a length and a half to Shotgun Express. Black Caspian, they're side by
He's
side.
about the only one I don't have.
Lengths to another pair. House of Lords outside of looking
I had
for
the note
revenge
on the two,
with
and then I
5
didn't play
furlongs
it.
to travel. Far West, the Peacemaker, 3/4 of a length. Robbie in the 2-path right behind him. Then Shotgun Express.
They're going pretty
Black
fast.
Caspian, the favorite's got no excuses today. At
this
harm's
level.
way in third, still in that stalking position. And then House of Lords, he's clearly 5th ahead of looking for revenge. To the back of the pack he goes as they hit the forward turn run. Far West into the turn, still on top, 3/4 of a length. Robbie on the outside right there. Black Caspian sent along now, 3 wide by Osael Espinoza at the quarter pole. Shotgun Express waiting for a spot to go. He's got run. Shotgun Express at the top of the lane here. Ducks to the inside. He's not going to get through down in there. He's going to come back outside for the final furlong. Robbie in front. Black Caspian. Shotgun Express with a rough trip. Not going to get there.
Yep.
Black Caspian to the front. Black Caspian kicking on and kicking away to win it. Black Caspian gets it done. House of Lords gets up for the place spot from towards the back of the pack.
Should have singled that one.
Was third, and Far West was fourth.
Yeah, I played that in your pick. I played your pick 6 as a pick 3, and I played it 1, 3, 5, 2, 6 for $6 total, and then a 6, 2, 6 at just straight $5. So we'll see. It won't pay.
They're showing a workout that I'm going to bring up on Santa Anita here. You have the one out, the one to the inside, Gold Phoenix. Seems like a decent effort, but that looks like they're pulling the horse up. No big gallop out there. So chance to watch some workouts here real fast. I'm going to take my own bio break here real fast. I'll be right back.
On the inside, so that's a little bit of a disadvantage place to be, as you know, it can make it tight or they can be intimidated by the rail, but I thought Salesman looked good in here. He is going to add blinkers today, and this is a horse that's a rowdy route horse over in Europe, and Mandela debuts him here going a mile, so those blinkers on might just help to make him a little snappier, and I feel like it's kind of working because you look at his workout tab and it is bullet, and then he comes in with a 36 and change blowout drill, which I think is kind of a cool thing. This horse is such your typical European type horse. They're just not much to look at. Like when I remember distinctly when Goldakova came over here for the Breeders' Cup, and everyone was waiting to get a glimpse of her. We're all hanging out outside quarantine. The plainest brown wrapper of a horse walks out, and everyone's still sitting here waiting. And I was like, you know, like one guy's like giggling, so I like trotted after him. I'm like, is that Goldakova? He's like, yeah, isn't she ugly? And I was like, oh my gosh. So like we went over and shot Goldakova. Well, everyone's waiting for this like big, magnificent horse to come out because stateside, I feel like a lot of our stakes horses have a lot more substance to them, right? And a lot of times the Euro's a little bit more diminutive. And to me, Hong Kong Harry and Salesman both have that like diminutive European look to them, but golly, do they deliver on the racetrack.
Most of these horses in the field want to be close, but they don't really want the lead. I believe is the longest shot currently. Nope, second at 45-1 is Lamplighter Jack for Liberato Barossa. Horse was a 9-length winner, 2 back going a mile. Last time out seeing the San Francisco Mile, set the pace and wasn't able to keep it going. Does the fact that they could be one of, if not the pace setter, help their chances?
I feel like he's going to be the pace setter in here, but he folded pretty readily.
45-1 seems crazy on the night.
Not only did Balnikov catch him, but some other horses that were a little bit higher odds were able to catch up to him too.
Just trying to figure out what I'm going to do for a pick
necessary in here to make sure
I got to
pace
figure out how
stays
I'm covering
honest.
this.
But I think that this is a stretch for him to say he's going to hang around and win this race.
What about Gold Phoenix? Draws the rail trip, was a winner of the Kilroe Mile. I remember back on March 4th. Kimura in town, I'm assuming, to ride. I think the 1.25 miles was a little too far in the Charlie Whittingham, but it wasn't an embarrassing race. They got beat 2.5 lengths.
This is the kind of day that GFP wins, right? Like you look at him when he's favored. I feel like he doesn't deliver. The days that he gets overlooked, the days that he wins. His victory in the Kilroe came from the rail. He draws the rail again here. At one point in time, he certainly seemed like he was going to be more of a marathon type. And now I think that he's just a little bit sharper at this mile distance. He's a perfect 2 for 2 at it. And he's already a grade 1 winner at it. So I like Gold Phoenix in here. For me, he was a must use on my ticket.
Can you make the case for the 3 du jour last seen April 2nd here in the American?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you could make a case for him, right? He was second beaten in the Kilroe. He was second in the Thunder Road. He was 4th in the American, but I feel like he's a horse that knocks on the door an awful lot. I don't know what it's going to take for him to get into the winner's circle. He has not won a race since May of 2021, but he's picked up a lot of checks along the way. Saez comes in to take over riding duties. He's the horse that, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he won, but if he ran second or third, I'd be like, see, that's just du jour.
6 horse at 9-2. That is Exalted for CRK. Peter Urton sends out, currently on a 3-race win streak. All 3 of them on the turf. By the way, all 3 of the turf racing in the history of this horse's career.
Crazy, right? All of a sudden you change him over as a 6-year-old onto grass, and he's like, wow, I like this. I think that he's earned himself a shot here with his victory last time out. He's going to sit the coziest trip, I think, behind Lamplighter Jack. And so far, he's perfect on the sod. Peter Urton is having a blowout meet right now. He's winning at 33%, 23% in the year. You get the meets leading rider to subscribe, and don't tell me JJ didn't have options in here, and he lands on Exalted.
Michelle does a great job.
You have to look at this
really
horse. He's
good
an
job.
absolute contender.
That was a great
7-1 getting some play is the 8 horse Cabo Spirit. 15-1 on John
White's
Morning Line with George Papadromo.
Yeah, so
always seems to be
I'm
right
thinking
there.
about
Has 2
dropping
wins from 6
Hong
starts
Kong
at
Harry
the distance
completely here.
and gets to me one of the higher hands on the grass in Joe Bravo.
Yeah, looking at him, everything that you said
I just
is
got to figure out how I'm
true.
going to make this
The
pay.
race he's coming out of the Maker's Mark Mile, he ran 4th, but it was a good race, right? Modern Games, who was a multiple grade 1 winner, ran second to a lone leader in Chez Pierre. He came back to win a good race over in Europe. Up to the Mark would come back to win the grade 1 Turf Classic on the Derby undercard. So he's finishing 4th behind a runaway leader and 2 really good quality animals. So looking at that to me makes him right in the mix here.
Back to 7 Balnikov. Do you think there's enough pace to set up for the run?
Look, I think that there's enough pace because Lamplighter Jack put up the fractions last time and there was enough pace. My biggest concern for him is Upby had a lot of confidence in him last time out, running him at Golden Gate, and he barely got it. I was worried. In the middle of the stretch, I said, Umby left too much to do. He's not going to get there. And Balnikov gutted it out. I think he's, with this quality of field, he's going to need a really well-timed ride. We can't get too fancy on him.
A win and you're in the Breeders' Cup Mile. This is the Grade 1 Shoemaker Mile. The 6-year-old hard-knocking Hong Kong Harry, the current 7-5 favorite. Pick 4 pull, 420,479. 6 minutes to post and a first glance coming up for Mr. Jeff Siegel. Good luck.
GSR on the 5 Paroli in the next race. Hold on. Let me switch screens here. So you want to know the GSR on this horse, which is 73. Going down 2 points for the added distance. Definitely wants dirt. Not sure. I mean, it would be a major step up in class for this horse too, whose best win is against 56s, to be able to beat Defunded or Country Grammar here, or even Senior Buscador.
Senior Buscador is the one to fear.
Maybe something like this to cover. It's a lot to spend though.
$90. Okay, so are you the same numbers in race 7 as you are on the pick 6 ticket?
No, I changed out the 2 out of there. I took the 8 out of there, and I put in the 7, who is I may have missed in my ticket. Late running, just got up at Golden Gate. Was the horse they were showing working with the 1 and not working the 1 in that workout.
Is that the one you fear the most?
I do fear it, as it's one that I do not currently have a piece of, would be my thought.
What if you just singled the 1? What would that drop the cost down to?
Singled the 1?
No, the 7.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to single the 7. 7% horse, not in the E top picks.
Yeah, but that's the only one you don't have on the pick 6 ticket, right?
Right, but it doesn't do me any good to cover. I'm looking to cover leg 9, not this leg.
True.
I mean, it's a $15 ticket.
Yeah.
But as I mentioned, I really like the 11. I don't love the 9, but the 9 could go gate to wire still here.
I went 1, 3, 6, 7, 11 here. Pick 4. Single to the 1. And then 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 12 in the race where I was trying to have the most coverage, and then singled again to the 5.
And that's the question, that this horse was really close a couple times in grade 1. It has a grade 2 win at 9 furlongs. Shortening up, the GSR does drop. It is the long shot. It's the kind of thing that I am not sure how to cover this race or the sequence with that 21-1 horse. There's no way I'm going to make that up.
Out of all the horses you have for going into the pick 6 with 4 late races to go, if the 7 is the one you fear the most, then if you wanted to single the 7, which costs you 15, and then go figure out where else in race 9 you would want to bump stuff up and cover stuff you don't have, then you're in a pretty good spot. As long as Country Grammar wins.
Well, I'm not going to take the 9 at 1 for 16 lifetime. I'm not going to take the 3 at 5-1 at. I guess I could, since it's JJ. That's probably a horse I need to cover. Let me just make sure I didn't use it and this didn't get messed up when I was doing other people's tickets. So let me just make sure.
Yeah. Make sure you're right.
No, no, I did not use it. Well, and it wouldn't matter. I'm singled there anyways. So something like that I could play for 70.
You've got the race. If you've got the race 9 coverage you're worried the most about in your pick 60.
I could do that. That's the way I would play it.
Do you have the race 9 coverage that you want?
I do, yes. I mean, the 3 is the only one I didn't use that I would add in race 9. So maybe, but, well, actually, from my original B ticket, the 3 is the only one I didn't use that I would add in race 9. Let me put it that way.
Okay. The only other way I could see it would be to protect your pick 6 and completely and double down on country grammar would be to single the 7, go all in the 9, race 9, and keep what you have in race 10. Then you'd be super covered if the 7 wins. I think that would cost you maybe $25, $30. But if you're trying to overcompensate for the 7 or add horses that you already have on your ticket to try and hit it twice, that's a strategy decision.
Yeah.
It all becomes moot if the 7 doesn't win.
Well, not if I single. Not if I'm not singling the 7 here.
No, I know, but if the 7 wins, then the single the 7, go all in the other one makes sense. But again, we still have to get through the country grammar race, so it might not make sense at all.
Yeah, I may just. It may not be worth the outlay here. Is my thought, and I may just let this ride, and then go.
Show me what the single the 7.
Don't have time, unfortunately. Don't have time, unfortunately. I gotta get the thing switched over because we're loading. But I will tell you that I'm gonna cover that instead in the golden hour.
We run right here,
which I think is a smarter play.
Hong Kong Harry awaiting his turn. Here's de jour.
Because if I get the 7 here, the 7 hits here, I can cover the 7 with a win bet too. Here at 13-1.
Is in, so is Balnikov. Gold Phoenix was the first to go up. Flavius is in the gate. Il Bellator.
I did a 7-3.
Lamplighter Jack, Irideo, and just one more left to load.
Just for fun.
And that's Salesman.
What do you make of that?
Moving around.
I can make a Hadabroach or a Pterodactyl, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
Salesman goes in. And they're off in the Shoemaker mile. Lamplighter Jack came out alertly. So did Flavius, who's up to take the lead. Exalted Il Bellator is racing in between horses.
Not going to win.
Combo Spirit comes in from that outside post. It is now 3 wide into the first
7's
turn.
dead last right now, so he's going to have to go.
De jour between
but he's getting a pace.
Yeah.
Hong Kong Harry races inside of Salesman.
And a good trip.
A couple more back to Irideo. And at the back of the field, it's stretch running Balnikov.
22.
Lamplighter Jack sets the pace, tracked by Flavius.
Like
a length and a half
pace.
back in second. And Exalted, well spotted third, 3 lengths off the lead. It's a gap of 4. Back to Il Bellator.
The 7's connections are pretty happy about
Cabo
this.
Spirit.
Yes.
That pair followed by
When did they put
Phoenix
the Ferris wheel in?
de jour. Hong Kong Harry and Salesman are right together.
I think
as
for
well.
Memorial Day.
Then Irideo and 2 more to Balnikov.
Maybe we
have
can
less
put
than a
more
half
things
mile
into
to
block
go
the track.
in the Grade 1 Shoemaker mile, and Lamplighter Jack bounding along with a
6
2.5
is in a
length
good
lead.
spot.
Flavius still races in second, Exalted third. Cabo Spirit racing on the outside of Il Bellator. Then De Jour and Gold Phoenix next to him. Hong Kong Harry looking for racing room in the white blinkers. Salesman.
Of course, Hong Kong
Irideo
Harry is
coming through
always looking
inside
for
of that
racing.
pair. And then it's
Oh, the
Balnikov.
seven's
They're at
rolling.
the top of the stretch. And here comes Exalted after Flavius. Exalted, the new leader. Cabo Spirit, De Jour in the center of the course. Irideo running a giant race. And he has to get to Exalted late.
Seven's not going to get there.
Two-length lead. Irideo, Hong Kong
He's gonna
Harry
get
on the
there.
far outside. It's Exalted holding on. Exalted is a grade 1 winner as he takes the Shoemaker mile. Irideo, Hong Kong Harry,
With
and it was Il Bellator
help from,
and De Jour. The running time, 1
I
minute
mean, they went
34.08
almost
seconds.
46 flat for the half.
Mm-hmm.
And the 7 still didn't
Who
get
was
up
that?
in time.
No, it didn't
I
have
mean,
anything
not-
left. No kick. The 6 had grade 1 kick.
Yeah,
That's all. Today it had grade 1 kick.
that
and it had a
time
great
scared
ride.
the living. And Hong Kong Harry did what Hong Kong Harry always does.
Yeah, get in trouble.
Get in, and then not have enough kick at the end.
I believe that's the first mount for Saez on a Baffert horse since the Preakness. The 10 ran second. Wow.
Number 6, Exalted.
Hong
was
Kong
first,
Harry in
and
these
Irideo
races
second
is something.
to Hong Kong Harry third. 5 Il Bellator was fourth.
The last race, Hong Kong Harry ran against these same horses. He finished 4th. Now he finished 3rd.
Yeah, and Hong Kong Harry is a good horse if you're trying to play verticals, where you can slot him in that second to 4th spot, and single in that particular area, and work around it.
So the will pay on pick 3.
That's not a hard super to get to if you go 6 all, 2 all, and your alls really work out for you.
Looks like the $1 pick 3 will pay about $4.50. It's a little light, actually, in my mind.
The 50-cent pick 3 to the.
No,
6.
this is the dollar will pay.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at the other site, which gives it 50 cent, which is the base that most people pay it for, which is $2.25. I think that's all. You know, we talked about this earlier. I think even last week when I was looking back 15 years ago at where
finishing 5th,
Memorial
number
Day
8,
races,
Cabo Spirit, 6'10",
Hollywood
258.
Park, that the pools are just dramatically different now. For whatever reason, there was a lot more money in all the pools. They were all dollar bases. The payouts were better. The field sizes were better.
Well, and look, all the money's going into the pick 4 and the exacta here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we have the gate coming up. The gate.
All right. Well, we should also probably start talking about. I don't know if we really want to do any. We can watch this race and start talking about Golden Hour. How long do we have to get there?
We got some time, but
52 minutes. Okay, we can cover this one. I believe I'm single to your 2 here.
Matt Dinnerman also likes the 2.
Good.
On that day for 12.5, he stalked the pace, got boxed behind horses in the stretch, and then by the time he got out, he'd lost all his momentum, and that was that. So Wicklow Hills, he's number 2, and he is going to be my top pick in here. Number 1, Humble Bumble Fumble is my 3rd pick. First start for the Sammy Calvario barn, and Sammy wins at 42% from a 31-horse sample with runners making their first start for his barn. That is an unbelievable percentage. Now, with that in mind, every horse that is making their first start for the Calvario barn, off a claim or just first start for him in general, off an acquisition, off a barn transfer, you got to pay attention. This horse cuts back from a route to a sprint. He's going to be really fit. He's a 3-year-old facing Oldy today. He's been running against restricted 3 starts ago, he ran against restricted 3-year-olds in a 12-5 race. That was the last time he sprinted, and he sat off the pace and sort of ran an even race there. But the barn switch, that could be helpful for Humble Bumble Fumble. 2-4-1 for me here in race number 6. The 3-horse Naughty Nico comes off a head win from Maiden Aid. I mean, I've been saying this for a long time with this horse. They kept running him down south in Calvert Maiden Special Weights, maiden 50. He's just too tough. I mean, he's outclassed. Bring him to Golden Gate. Drop him and he'll get a win, and that's exactly what happened. Dead heated for the win with another Southern California invader, Chicago Soldier. Naughty Nico, after that last race for trainer Debbie Winnick, is now in the barn of Steve Sherman, and for 6,250 non-2 life. So after you win for Maiden 8, this is another next logical spot to drop a horse here. Naughty Nico, 5-2. Makes sense off the maiden win. He's been running against class horses down south. Maybe that maiden win will help him a little bit, get his confidence up here, and maybe he can come back with another sharp effort.
Or maybe he's
the only other runner we haven't talked about, Dr. Flash.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's sired by Einstein, who is one of the only
246, which is snail
Grade 1 winners on turf.
So he got everything his own
synthetic.
way. Today, guess what? He's going to have more speed in here to deal with, more class. His
Lava
last race
Man
for
was another one.
$3,200. He's dueled in the lead and faded badly down the lane, was third, but was well beaten. All signs indicate he would be.
There aren't a lot of
surprise.
grade ones on
20-1
synthetic
the
anymore.
longest shot in the race here. He will need to improve
Short of going
greatly
up to
beat this
Canada
field today. 2 minutes
Correct.
until race number 6. Everybody started the late pick 4. Best of luck.
Have you looked up the Downs tonight?
I have not, no.
Yeah.
But I
There's
did
another-
see our friends, the Prophets, are going to have a weekly show on Monday nights for the Downs.
Yeah, good luck to them.
Yeah.
The Downs is what it is. It's not something that if things don't go your way, you go to Twitter and complain about. You just kind of go, wow. Didn't go
Well,
my way.
unless Sheldon Chickenness stops a horse before it gets to the finish line.
Yeah, but chicken's been good to us, so.
Yeah.
But I don't know where the chicken is these days. All right, you want to bring this race up?
As we often say, that horse might run fast, but it still tastes like chicken.
Ugh.
And that's in reference to Sheldon Chickenness, not the horse itself.
No. All right. We'll get this thing. in
And
the gate
I want to
here.
be clear there that I was making a joke about Sheldon Chickenness's chickenness.
Yes. We all know what you were talking about. So.
In fact, you'll remember we changed the group icon to a chicken after we found out about Sheldon Chickenness.
Yes, we did. It was a chicken for some time.
Yes.
I think that was.
And
after
he
maybe
won
like
us some.
one and only.
He won us some
Yeah.
20, 25 to 1 race that night, and I think that's why we changed. That's why we paid so much attention.
And the
to
red
the
light
name
is now
Sheldon
flashing on the
Chickenness.
starting gate at Golden Gate Fields. The runners have
I'm
made their
still
way towards the
probably
gate for race number 6.
underwater on the chicken lifetime. I think
Can
we got
chicken
a little
swim?
bit we got too confident with the chicken.
Yes. All right,
All
we're
right, well,
loading
this
in the
goes
Golden
off.
Gate here.
I'll be right back.
And then we got the pressure starting with the 2 narrow legs.
Oh, narrow legs.
Wicklow Hills to post position number 2. Naughty Nico post 3. Asano's back. Post position 4. Dr. Flash Dancer to the outside post, and then after Dr. Flash Dancer, Humble Bumble Fumble. Stand by, folks. We're going to have a delay here, it appears. Something's going on behind the gate. A couple of riders have hopped off their horses. Not sure exactly what happened there. They've backed out, or, well, he's gone through the front of the gate. Asano's back. He didn't break through it. The assistant starters walked him through the front of the gate there.
Yeah.
That's the 4 Asano's back in front of the gate.
Never like to see that happen with the favorite.
Stand by.
Standing by.
And ladies and gentlemen, here is a late scratch. We scratch number 6, Dr. Flash Dancer. Number 6, Dr. Flash Dancer scratched out of race number 6 here. And with this scratch, there is not going to be show wagering. So the show wagering has been canceled for the 6th race. If you had show wagers on number 6,
Chris, no
Dr.
show
Flash
wagering.
Dancer, or any
We
horse
can't
in this
wager
race
on
for
the
that
show.
matter,
Now Mike
you will
2
be
has
refunded
a
for those. Again, no show wagering here
30
with the late scratch of number 6, Dr. Flash Dancer. If you had Dr.
7-point
Flash
pace
Dancer
advantage.
as well and win, place, or
Well,
show, exacta, trifecta,
You get 2 to 1, man. You might want to win
wagers,
bet
you will
that.
be refunded for those. Daily doubles and pick 3s. There will be consolation
Why not?
payouts if you're still alive in the second leg of the double for
You got a
races 5 and
25%
6,
chance of
or the
winning.
pick 3s races 5, 6, and 7, or 4, 5, 6.
Mhm.
We'll have consolations and doubles and pick 3s. And then also, ladies and
All right.
gentlemen, the late
Make
pick
Matt
4s,
go
you'll
away.
have time to adjust those. If you don't, though, and with the late pick 5s and the golden pick 6s, if you've got number 6, Dr. Flash Dancer on your ticket, whoever goes off favorite in this race, you will get that runner on your ticket. If you had number 6, Dr. Flash Dancer, and late pick 4s, late pick 5s, golden pick 6. Again, a late scratch of number 6, Dr. Flash Dancer, in this 6th race.
Dr. Flash Dancer.
It was a lot to say. All right, golden hour.
Yep.
You going to single the 2?
I am not.
Oh, I'm stunned. I am stunned that you don't want to single the 2.
The system wants me to single 7 in the last at Golden Gate.
The 7 in the last. Okay. Our friend Art.
Your old friend Royal Ship
Yeah, I know.
is up there.
Mm-hmm.
Your
I'm
other
aware.
friend, Tripoli,
Uh-huh.
who has a synthetic win under his belt. Does he have a belt? Horses have belts?
They have a girth. They have a girth.
Girth.
Kind of
Okay.
a belt. Yeah. It just goes the other way.
Royal Ship drops 24 points in GSR going from dirt to synthetic.
9%
system-
horses is the top pick. The system
Yes.
is confused. The system
It is by that horse.
confused. Now, you have to look at the 5, in my opinion, first, because that's the one
Top
that's
pace.
got top pace, also top win percentage, and it's the long shot. And does it has never raced on synthetic before. And it is
Wicklow
pretty
Hills is
much-
loaded into the gate.
pretty much even in GSR.
Naughty Nico,
62
here's
to
Asano's
61,
back.
big deal. It's working up there, so we should look at the workout
Bumble Bumble
reports.
Fumble
And we'll get to those after this race.
will be the last one to load
And
in.
I don't think I'm going to take a horse with a lower SOR of 62, and we're
And
going
it looks like
into the
the
gate
wind
here.
has blown down the
Yeah.
temporary rail there, so they're
That the wind just
few
blew down the
assistant
temporary
starters, they're
rail.
putting it back up.
Okay, things that don't normally happen on a Friday stretch run show.
All the runners in the gate here.
I will tell you to watch out for the 2 as well.
Waiting for them to adjust
that is a Baffert.
And Laroff.
So what do you have on the 2 mastering?
For the runners in the
I
race,
posted
Wicklow
the
Hills up on the pace,
works in
Naughty
the
Nico on the
chat.
outside there to engage, and those two are a neck apart
Well,
now.
as soon as this
length.
race is
Wicklow
over,
Hills
I will
strides
look.
out to take a narrow lead. Naughty Nico keeping tabs with him in the early stages. He's about 2 lengths ahead of Asano's back. Humble, Bumble, Fumble at the back.
Case number is
2 pairs of 2 down the back stretch, separated by 2 lengths. Wicklow Hills with the head lead. Naughty Nico, they're on the outside, not letting the leader get away
have the
with
lead,
an easy time of it. Asano's back, still in the 3rd position. He's clearly 3rd now. His Humble, Bumble, Fumble is back to 4th under pressure on the fence around the turn.
Now, is this a case
Naughty
of
Nico
not having
turning up
enough
the pressure? Wicklow
of
Hills, those 2 still battling
trying
up
to
top.
save horse, or is this
Asano's
a
back
case
right
of
behind. Brian Pena gets to work on
the
him in
horse
the
just
3
isn't that
path.
fast?
Humble, Bumble, Fumble. Looks like
Well,
he's been
it's
out
not over
to
yet.
turn it around. Top of the lane. Wicklow Hills, Naughty Nico 2nd. Wicklow Hills with a narrow lead. Naughty Nico's leveling off, and
Four's
here
gonna
comes
win.
Asano's
Four,
back
yeah.
now. He's unleashing his furious rally on the 3 path, and it's going to
Furious.
be Asano's back to strike the front. Asano's back gets
Restart
it done,
work.
pulls away and wins by 2. Naughty Nico's 2nd. Wicklow Hills 3rd. Humble, Bumble, Fumble 4th.
Humble.
Mm-hmm.
So no good works on any of these horses, is what you're telling me.
That's what we got.
I would see it's things like suggesting that
Number
you should
4,
use
Asano's back was first.
the
Second,
3
number
American
3,
Farmer that gets
Naughty
me.
Nico. 3rd, number 2, Wicklow Hills. 4th, number 1, Humble, Bumble, Fumble. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3.
Why am I saying that, you might ask? And I'll switch screens here so you can see why I'm saying that. Why am I saying that? American Farmer at the distance is 2 of 15 lifetime
Yeah.
with an average SOR of 62.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, this is only 64s. But if I were going to fire a 4th horse here, I'd probably fire this. Maybe not. This horse isn't very good either. So I guess my question would be to Baffert or not to Baffert here.
The more and more I look at this, I'm channeling my inner Justin, and I'm like, why not the 5, right? Because you just made your case for the whatever horse you made, the American Farmer, the 3. So
Against
if you
it,
go back, if you go close that, Triple E, go away. Triple E is not going to win here. If you look at this, it's the top pace. It's got a good, decent 17-point advantage over Mastering, who it's got its GSR beat. It's right there at the GSR, your 3, or any other horse really in the race.
Other than Triple E.
And it hasn't, this is its first GSR over synthetic. So its next synthetic GSR will be made up of this. And
it is shortening up by half a furlong. It was grade 3 placed. Does have win over turf in a non-graded stakes, an open non-graded stakes, not a state bred, and also has a win over synthetic in a non-graded stakes. The question is, and these are the questions: could Royal Ship run here?
no.
You know, a much classier horse, winner of the San Diego, the grade 2 San Diego here, or not here, but at Del Mar.
Does it have any works over the, scroll up a little?
It does not have any synthetic works.
No synthetic works. It's got 2-star works on the dirt. I don't know, man.
I could do that. I Triple E has the huge GSR. You know, beaten regularly by Royal Ship, including in that, and hasn't won. Well, was Sadler suspended? Yes, he was, wasn't he?
Who's the trainer?
It's John Sadler, but it went to Andy Mathis for the one synthetic race before he went to the shelf. But I feel like John Sadler was suspended. Didn't he get caught for a bunch of positives?
I don't think it
all
was
at once.
Yeah,
I think it was a bunch. I think it was like a cluster of positives.
Oh, a cluster.
Bunch.
That's more than a bunch.
I mean, I would do something like this to cover myself.
Well, I don't really think there's a way you can cover yourself with 2 races at Golden Gate, but I see what you're saying. So the system loves the 7 and the last is what you're saying?
Yes. System loves it. Let's look at it. Beat 40s, almost beat 50s, dropping back to 46.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 which is its second choice, beat 40s, almost beat 50s. Steve Sherman, long shot, 18%, and then you have the 4, this Jack Steiner horse.
Steiner.
And those are the picks here.
Which
Let's
is
see what you have on Mathis.
What's the best horse on the list there where EE's not on fire?
I guess it's the 1. Or it's the Wong horse, the 5.
Mm-hmm.
But that this is a dirt horse, first time synthetic. Wasn't working on synthetic. 2-point GSR bump.
What's the purse increase here?
It's going to 20K.
That's certainly one to look at. If I was going to play against the 7 there, I'd probably play the 5. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do a pick 4, golden hour pick 4. What's the 2 sitting at right now at Santa Anita odds wise? Is it getting bet?
No, we're 1 race too early for that.
Oh, 1 round too early.
We still have the defunded versus Country Grammar.
That one. That's right. We got a pick 4 rolling there. 4 minutes. You want to hear what the ladies have to say?
Sure. Let's put them on. They're interviewing some connections here. Let me switch that over.
No.
You dived in on Mage. How have the last couple of months been for Commonwealth?
Oh gosh, it's been a dream come true. Like you said, the ride started with the Country Grammar. It's not over, and the ride went to heights I think that was kind of beyond all of our belief with Mage. And I don't know that my feet have touched the ground yet. I don't know about Brian.
Brian, were you out there when Country Grammar won?
Absolutely, yeah. In Dubai, you mean? Yeah, we were both there. We couldn't stop hugging each other and screaming. I mean, we thought that was the mountaintop, and then of course Mage happens.
And what's the feeling now coming in with a fresh horse with Country Grammar?
Well, this horse is just the model of consistency, Zoe. He always shows up. He always tries. So he's a horse.
Are you talking about the
have a lot of confidence
5 of the Scotty Longshot?
Just wait till he comes around the turn. Then
which race, Topher? The
don't count him out.
Last race or the second to last?
So we're excited for him. He's our guy.
I think he means
for me, he's always going to be my number 1 horse.
Longshot.
Love the horse, and it's a privilege to cheer him on every time.
All right, well, let's hear it for Country Grammar and Commonwealth.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good luck, guys.
I'm going to single it. The question is, who's going to be the single before? Is it going to be the 2 or one other one? And I'm going to single the, I'm going to all button the last race at Santa Anita. Well, I thought you were doing boom hands. I was like, too soon.
No, I'm stretching.
Like boom arm.
I actually cracking my elbow.
Cracking your elbow. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We haven't said it yet. Hit the like button. I mean, there's 71 of you, 76 on now, 31 likes. Or hit the unlike button if you want to do that too. You can do that.
The unlike button.
You can tell us why on Twitter.
The grade ones here at Santa Anita Park have been great so far, but let's continue with one of the most prestigious ones of the day, the grade 1 Gold Cup here at Santa Anita Park. And I really
notice how
liked
they're
Oldy
not
coming
mentioning
here. That was the
that
number
it's the
5,
Hollywood Gold
Paroli,
Cup.
and I liked him even more when he came out onto the track. Kent DeSormo is still warming him up solo by himself, and I thought that he did a really great job in doing so. This horse looked really
eventually
good.
they'll start calling the Arlington Million just the Million. Now that it's
continuing to run
being
well.
run out of
I think that he
Colonial.
might be one that can really step up.
And
here.
eventually the CDI Million.
But I think he's able to do it, and I like that Kent DeSormo is aboard today for trainer Mike McCarthy. The two
Or the
Baffords,
demolition
Grammar and
stakes.
Defunded, are quite
The
different
$1 million
horses in the mornings, as you
demolition
saw in those works early.
Demolition
Country
is
Grammar
possibly going to
a bit
start
of a
next
lazy
week.
horse to work in the morning. You always have
That's
to
too
ask him a bit, but he shows up in the afternoons, and Defunded is always showing up everywhere. He's just a great horse who works really well in the mornings and runs really well in the afternoons, and it'll definitely be a great matchup here in the Grade 1 Gold Cup.
Here's some dogs barking there. We got the 1 and the 4 here. Obviously, for price reasons, we like the 1. And as I look here, the difference in price on the pick 3 and the double, it's about, on the double, it's about half the price going to Country Grammar versus Defunded.
Time for the grade
but the
1
pick 3 is pretty
Hollywood
similar.
Gold Cup. Country Grammar walks up to the gate. Paroli in the Don Alberto silks. Senor Buscador.
Senor Buscador.
Funded.
No pressure, right?
Yes, this time. It's today. Goodbye.
Expect Defunded to get the lead here. Let's see what happens.
And
Country Grammar
they're off
stumbled a
in
little
the
bit out of the
Hollywood
gate,
Gold Cup.
but got a good start. And
Defunded came out smoothly. Paroli second in the early going, and Country Grammar comes away with the top flight as well. Kiss Today Goodbye is fourth, but only about a length and a half off the lead. And both Yes This Time and Senor Buscador were crowded at the start and are at the back of the field. Defunded sets the pace, prompted
I hate
by
being
Paroli.
crowded.
Kiss Today Goodbye much closer.
well, right
than usual,
now,
and Country Grammar is fourth, just 2 lengths
Country
off the lead.
Grammar's getting some pace.
Yes, This Time is next, and Keen coming through along the inside, and Senor Buscador has 5 lengths to make up. Juan Hernandez has the favorite,
But now it's caught
Defunded
in between.
control, leading the way by a length, coming to the 6 furlong pole.
That's okay.
with
Frankie's
Paroli
Friday.
second.
Oh,
At
wait.
the
it's
rail,
Friday.
Yes This Time, Kiss Today Goodbye, and Country Grammar is in between rivals, 3 lengths off his stablemate. It's another 2 to Senor.
He's clearly going to go
5
outside.
furlongs from home. And Defunded getting a very nice trip, leading the way by a length. Paroli, Kiss Today Goodbye, and Yes This Time. Country Grammar 3 lengths off the lead, and another length and a half to Senor Buscador with less than a half mile to go. Defunded leads by a half length to Paroli. Kiss Today Goodbye. They've been 1, 2, 3 throughout.
Now is what we're going to
Country
know.
Grammar called on by Flavien Pratt. Fourth, has 3.5 lengths to make up. He's hard ridden. Yes, this time is losing ground. Senor Buscador has trailed throughout. Defunded.
That 6 is looking really dangerous
heads
to me
apart
right
with
now.
a quarter of a mile to go. Paroli running a very big race, and he's posing a test.
Somebody in the chat asked about Paroli.
Defunded leads by a head. Paroli up alongside. They come to the 8th
We
pole.
might be in a bit of trouble here,
maintains a half-length lead. Paroli, Kiss Today Goodbye, then Country Grammar, a 16th to go, and it's Defunded a length. Paroli, game as ever on the outside, but Defunded is too strong, and he takes them all the way in the Hollywood Gold Cup, and Bob Baffert stands alone as the winningest trainer in Hollywood Gold Cup history. Paroli ran a big race in second.
Let's see, who had Paroli here? Hold on. I got to find that in the chat here. Why can I not see it? Well, I guess we should have just single Defunded, huh?
Yeah, I mean, the odds board told you to do that. I mean, I still liked Country Grammar to finish, but obviously the trip back, which is always a concern, was a concern. And
if you remember, didn't run well off the trip back last time.
Paroli second, 6 Kiss Today Goodbye third, and 1 Country Grammar was fourth. The running time 2:02.85 seconds.
Why am I not finding? I swear somebody asked about the GSR on Paroli. Somebody knew that horse was live, so if it was you,
wasn't me.
Kudos to whoever. No, to whoever it was, as I can't find it in the chat all of a sudden.
There's another single Defunded all put Country Grammar in fourth. Let's note with that pace.
That's going to be an interesting.
Because those are things you can play. You can play a super just like you can play a pick 4 there.
And what's interesting is the pick 3 paid very similarly between Defunded and Country Grammar.
Yeah.
But the double Defunded was paying half the price of Country Grammar. All right, well, I think that's what we move on. The single matters. That's all you can ask for, right?
What? Once you pull up your ticket while we're waiting for this, I'll monitor the.
You'll monitor the price here.
Yeah.
All right. Let me get out of here. All you can ask for is to be alive. So 4 legs into this, when you have a 21-1 winner mixed in there.
Lexi, yes, you mentioned the 4 when you were on. Good job with the 4.
Yes.
I did not believe. Katie, welcome. Yep, now it's time for the single.
Now it's time to find out if the single is worth all the money, right? But we did get.
What do you think the super pays? 3 to 5, 25 to 1, 35 to 1, 2 to 1. What do you think it pays for a dime?
For a dime, $67.
$67, he says. Okay. What do you people in the chat think? What's the super pay? 3 to 5, 25 to 1, 30 to 1, whatever it is.
Well, they just put the price up, so that's gonna.
Oh. What is it?
$53.18.
For a dime?
For a dime.
So if you box that, if you play that otherwise, how many horses were in that race? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Not a lot.
5, 6. 6. So if you single the 4 and you play all 1, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 16. 4 times 4 is 16. That's $16, right? For $1?
Yes, correct.
And that pays you 10 times 50 pays you 500 and something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When you think about like playing pick fives and whatnot, that's a strategy where if you don't know what's going to happen after the one, small ball, it's like manufacturing runs in baseball.
It is, yes.
I went to the Rays game yesterday. They won 11-10 against the Dodgers, and they had one solo home run, I believe, and they scored 11 runs. So this is just like that, manufacturing things. If you love the funded and you don't like country grammar, put him in fourth.
Yeah. All right, well, here's another way you could play the golden hour then. And still cover.
Oof. It's a lot of horses.
Yeah, well, you got to cover.
Well, I'll stop you there. I don't think you can't play the golden hour to cover a pick six when you've got another track. I mean, it's hard to compare that, right?
Right. I mean, and it's a pick four, so it's not going to, but it's still going to, after getting defunded there,
pick six payout depressed for sure.
Yeah, right. So that definitely depressed the pick six payout. Not like getting the six would have, but both those races only had 5 or 6 horses to spread dollars through too.
Sure, but look, I mean, you got to believe that of all the pick six tickets alive, what percentage of them had the 1 and the 4 on their ticket? 70%, 80%? Yeah, so you had to play against that either way. Yeah. And if you singled the 4, you saved a spot to go deeper somewhere else and whatnot. So this tells me you're clearly not convinced that the 2 is really a single, or you're just telling me you're playing against this because you're trying to come up with some kind of
I'm trying to cover my ticket here.
Yeah, I just don't think you can. Yeah, I get where you're going. All right, let's talk about the 2, race 2, the single. Let's start there.
All right.
That's the wrong screen.
So the 2, morning line 10.
No, not that one. The golden hour, leg 2, the 5.
So this is the one that, and I'm on the wrong screen. Hold on.
Yeah, get to the golden hour. There you go.
There we go.
Race leg 2, Golden Gate. Yeah.
Do I believe in this horse? Probably not. But I know you and Topher are very good handicappers, and if Topher is singling this horse, I'm not stubborn enough.
Oh, so you want to single the Scotty Longshot?
Yes.
Oh, I'm in. How?
I just changed your mind on this ticket.
Yeah.
When you realized what I was doing.
You were bouncing around to so many different things. I didn't realize that you were going to actually do that.
Yeah, I was going to take the shot.
Yeah.
And, I did have the 2 in here because this, even if we get the 2, this could really pay. And what is the 2 sitting at right now, too?
How much time do you have?
6-1 currently. Off that 10-1 morning line.
19 minutes.
Your favorite is the 8, the Powell horse with Pratt aboard. Powell, of course, being over 15, first time in the U.S.
All right. Well, why don't you're going to share that one out?
I was going to, yes.
I don't know. Whatever shares you do, just put me down for the 28 that we had on the other one. Deal?
For the what? I'm sorry.
The 28 we had on the 3 alls.
Okay. Deal.
Cool. Yeah, I'm all for that, man. Because why not? I mean, that is a really good example of a why not. And if Justin were on here right now, he would say the same thing.
He'd be playing all 5, all.
I don't know if he would go that crazy because
that's what he did.
I know Aqueduct, I get it, but it costs significantly less. You can once you enter it and put it out there, you can do the math. And here, I'll do it right now and tell you what it costs while you're putting the ticket in. Golden Gate. Man, defunded, you really can't knock that race. I mean, he really ran a good race.
Those were hard fractions at a long distance.
Yeah.
Being pressured the entire way.
That is not easy to do. And I told you earlier today, I thought Country Grammar would go off as the favorite, and he didn't.
Yep.
And that was obviously concerning that he didn't get bet down as much as Defunded did. But still, I thought he could hang with them. Pratt won that race 2 years ago with him, but like you said, the trip's back. He hasn't won back.
Right.
So that would be 432 if you played the golden hour if you singled the 5 and went all everywhere. Well, no, sorry. More than that. 1,000.
Yeah, that's about what Justin.
No, 1,008. 1,008. I was missing some in the last. $1,000. Justin would have done that. The 300 he did, or whatever it was around 300. It wasn't over 4 because it wasn't a crazy amount, and it made sense. It was like the one I had at Lone Star.
Yeah.
Where that horse and I haven't seen it since. It was like 2.5 years ago when you could bet at Lone Star, and it was muddy, and the horse had a nutty 40 some odd point wet GSR maiden going off at like 40-1.
Yeah.
Crushed. And you don't see those. The funny thing is we see a lot on Twitter and in the EE VIP Facebook page, which you should join if you haven't, and join the WhatsApp chat. You can go to Oldy's Twitter handle, the Oldy Capper, and join the chat. But we don't, when the ones that don't hit, like there was I think Santa Anita race one, somebody had posted about a GSR that was off the charts. And the horse looked like it had a chance, but it really didn't. Where are we at? Golden Gate?
We're at Golden Gate.
Ikena, and in the second last position, Blushing Bay is well out of it.
This was a
Maryland
5
Smile has made
furlong.
up some ground now.
Turf race,
Queen
6 was
Molotov's
a heavy
trying to lug out on
favorite.
the turn back up
Didn't
top.
get the
Coming to the
lead.
lead once again. Denim and Gold, Red's twirling dancer. They're all of a sudden side by side at the top of the lane. Maryland Smile's getting into the race. She catches the eyes, looking for a spot to go
2
here.
was the horse we were
Maryland
talking
Smile
about.
is going to try to come through between horses there. Can she get through? She's going to get to the inside now. Dolce Emma got the jump. Maryland Smile trying to get there between them. Denim and Gold as they come to the line, and it is a photo finish. It was very tight between Dolce Emma and Maryland Smile, who had to weave her way through between horses. She found the seam, but I don't know if she got there. It was very tight. Denim and Gold third.
$25-1. Looks like it.
Yeah.
I see the 2 all the way, even with old eyes.
All right, let me get this out to everybody.
All right, here's another shameless plea for more likes. Hit the like button. 37. Get us
Photo
to
finish. Photo in race
45.
7.
Yeah, that's 2 all day. Did you have the 2 somewhere, somehow?
I did not. I was dead already there.
My racehorses had obviously tremendous success. Authentic being the first one to take us and winning
Dolce
the
Emma
first
second,
try,
number
which doesn't
3.
get better than that.
Maryland
How about if I
Smiles,
turn the
third
sound
number
off?
8,
Huh?
Denim and Gold. Fourth, number 6,
Yeah.
Queen Molita. 3,
Authentic
6,
did win the
top
Kentucky
450.
Derby. I remember that.
Yeah, that was that funny one. The same year the Dodgers won the World Series in like 8 with an 80 game regular season. Talk about
let's look at
asterisks.
this again. So we have an 18-point pace advantage. The horse is.
You're still on the race.
Yeah, sorry. You need to womp me there.
You want like something like this? Wait.
No.
I'll give you that.
Definitely not.
Okay.
All right, so we have a 18-point pace advantage. The horse is 2 of 7 lifetime at the distance. Is at the distance is your second to top SOR. The 6, the D'Amato horse here is your top SOR and a very, very long shot here. 2 is your E, top choice, top win percentage. Has run in a grade 3, is coming back down here a little bit, and then just missed at the distance at 62 SOR. Maybe the type of horse that needs the lead, which it did get last time out. Because if you're looking here, other than its maiden breaking score, and that they must have thought something of this horse, that it was 7-2, that it was basically 7-1 as a maiden in the Cal Cup Oaks. So this horse may have been very highly thought of at one time. It may be catching the perfect group here. The system seems to be telling us that it might be, and sometimes the system just knows things, I believe is the saying I use, and hopefully this is one of those cases.
Well, certainly
it's either that or we're going to hear the game show noise.
Well, let's hope we don't hear that, but let's look at it. I mean, you've got the top pace. So if you believe in the pace number, then you have a chance here, I think.
Yes.
Because if you can set a sensible pace and don't get the pressure, then you can finish. If not, you're going to get swallowed up, right? And that's just the way it's going to be.
Right.
The price is certainly right. The pick 6 ticket you have, even with the funded, will pay well over this versus something like, and the odds are all over the place here. Let me look at what are the wheel pays for like the pick 3 here. Maybe that'll give us some surprise. Okay, so the wheel pays on the pick 3 is the 1. It looks like it's the favorite. It's $15. I'm rounding. $15. The 2 is the second choice at $21.
Okay.
Third is the 3. The 8. The 8 at $24, and then the 3 at $39. The next one, and you got the 12 in there also at $40, or excuse me, 41.
Yeah.
5 at 58, and the 7 also at 44. So the money's spread around. Once you get beyond it's still tight, but the 1 is the favorite, clear favorite right now. In the double, and we still have 9 minutes to go.
Yes.
There's only $74,000 in the pool, so it's going to go up. That's the exact pool. Let me get to the double pool.
The first AI, I'm looking at this on the other screen, the TV screen, that they have The 7 is 30%. And the 3 at 20%.
Yeah, and that's reflected in the pools.
Yeah.
At least for the pick 3, because the 3 is 30, 39, and the 7 is 45, which is right behind the 1, 2, and the 8, which is 15 to 25.
And, you know, as we're talking about this here, I want to point out the system a little bit here. So you have the E second choice, you have the long shot, another second choice, and then the first choice.
Sure.
So far.
But one thing to remember too is like if you're just want to like if you're out of everything right now and are trying to, find something, you've got the one that's paying $15.40 in a 50-cent base pick 3, and it's 6 to 1 on the board. So that's pretty decent, right?
Right.
Same thing with the 2, it's 6 to 1, and the 8, which got way bet down at $24. So the 8 certainly would be a win bet candidate, unless you really believed that the money was right there. The 2 and the 1 right now, and the 7. The 7 is the
7's the one to me that is very interesting.
And the 3 is a shorter price than the doubles, or the pick 3, at $39 in the 7. 7's 30. It's 39 to 45. They're 3 and the 7 are pretty close, but you're getting a better number on the 3 to win. So some of these things come down to betting, and when these guys bet in these live contests, the BCBC live money contests and horse tourneys and whatnot, if they're going to make a tournament play here to win, or an all-in bet or something like that to win the contest, they're going to go the 3 over the 7, because you're getting 10 to 1 over 6 to 1, or they'll split it and do some sort of combo to find out what they need to do. But
I'm trying to see in the doubles going to the last who the favorite is.
I mean, and this is another good thing if you're looking at play a golden hour double.
The 2 is the favorite. Appears to be the favorite in the doubles, in the double probables.
Not the golden hour doubles. Do you have those up?
Well, or the 2 or the 1. No, I wouldn't have the golden hour double yet.
No, but we kind of like the 7, right? In the last.
So I mean, the system likes the 7 in the last. We like the 5 a little bit in the last too.
That wasn't the E long shot, was it? That's coming up after this.
Right.
Okay.
7. The 1, it's marginal between the 1. It depends on the horse, but the doubles are paying pretty well too. Like if you played a 3-7 double into the picks from the our picks from the last leg here, which was 4, 5, 7, 10, 11.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at, let's see.
Do you really like the 7 and all?
What? I mean, the lowest will pay is that is to the 5, it looks like. Or 5 or 7 in the last. But
No, I mean,
that's a $20 for $2 double.
One, two, three, 7.
And I'm going to take the opportunity to take another bio break while you talk. I'll put the video up.
Okay.
Here.
I'm going to do a 1, 2, 3, 7, 9 to my 5 in the last. Let's see, what's that pay?
Well, you're definitely styling there. All right. Can we get our picture taken today with a 3-year-old facing older, first time in the country?
That's the big question. You know, there was a 3-year-old race written for this coming Friday that didn't fill, so we used this as a backup, and we're glad we're in here because that race didn't go. Now we're running against older. It's a little early in the year. She's only running against 2-year-olds, first race in the States. So there's some obstacles, big field, but she's acted like she's got some talent in the mornings and some class. So we're hoping that she makes a good account of herself.
She's getting bet. She's a favorite. Is that part of the Pratt angle?
I hope it's part of the Anisette angle, and she's touting herself as a filly to be reckoned with. But yeah, we'd rather be 3-1 than 30-1. So we'll take that as respect, and hopefully she lives up to it.
Best of luck with Anisette.
Thanks, Al.
Not sure I like Leonard Powell first out from Europe. Haven't followed that circuit for 20 years. That's just not one. I mean, I like him at a price, and he drew Pratt, so somebody liked the horse, but not sure I'm sold on that one. The 11's interesting. The 9's interesting. I mean, this is just a really tough race. It's tough to form an opinion on, really, instead of finding a winner. Maybe the 3, Vladimir Serin, he's been winning races, and when he does, he usually wins them in bunches. You're getting a decent price there.
Yeah, I went with the 3 and the 7.
Horses are approaching quickly onto the turf course here, and my top pick in here is at 6-1 right now. The number 2, Eleuthera. I really like this filly today. I think there's not much speed in this race. She has an inside post, and I think she might get the first call to go to the lead today. Speed
I'm just going to do a old-fashioned win bet.
I think she is definitely looking amazing out here as well, coming onto the turf course. In regards to the others in this race, I thought that the number 8.
Everything
really
else, I think we're riding pretty well, right?
I talked to Jean Powell, Leonard Powell's daughter, and she said that she is one of the sweetest horses in the barn. She will be wearing earplugs. Probably will take them out before she goes into the gate, but this will be her first time here into the country. Another one that caught my eye in the warm-up was the number 12, Glenall. Looked amazing underneath Umberto Rispoli with Tim Mactine as the trainer. She is getting a little bit hyped up right now, which I actually really like to see. She was quite quiet coming into the paddock, and she's getting really interested in getting to the gate right now. So horses are loading into the gate for a race.
I don't know if I've described that as interested going out of the gate, but
yeah,
I get it. The only time I like hype horses that are there behind the gate is that when they're proven hype horses.
The horses have reached the starting gate. It's post time. Loading in the gate for the 9th.
Hey, up to 48 likes. You guys can get to 50. I know you can. What do you got here, Oldy? What's the status?
What do you mean the status? Nerves?
The status is the 2.
Yeah, the 2.
Yeah, there's no nerves. It's either the 2. This is like you're getting ready to roll the dice. You need 2 ones. It's possible.
Magic Light in the Thorbred stable colors. Glenall to the outside.
Break, get a good pace.
Yeah, come on, pay attention. Get that head straight.
Oh.
We're in the gate.
Okay.
They're off.
We get pinched.
Rebel Girl is sprinting
Didn't
out
get the
for the
lead.
lead. My France
dead.
has
Nope.
speed. Ultimate High came away smoothly along the inside.
Attempt to
And out in
read
the
it.
center, here's Lady J. And Lady J up to take the lead. Magic Light is now in the mix as well. And Speed Lane, who hopped at the start,
Okay,
is rushing
well.
right into contention with a wide bid as they move into the first turn.
Now dead last.
It's Lady J in
Or
front.
almost
Speed
dead last.
Lane. Speed Lane. And
I do not believe this horse has the ability to
and opens up
come
two.
off from
J
this
now second.
position.
Then comes Magic Light
The
clearly
9
into
was
third,
the
followed by Glen
cheat
All fourth,
pick.
Rebel Girl back to fifth, 6 lengths off the lead. Unfaithful Ways, well spotted at this stage. A length and a half back to Ma France, racing on the inside of Emerald Lake. That pair is followed
But you had
by
a crap ton of
Eleuthera, who's
horses
going
in
for
the
an early
Golden
bid, while
Hour, right?
3 wide down the backside.
Yeah, but I
Golden
don't
Hour.
think I had
Two
the
back to the
9
gray.
or the 10.
Ultimate High,
Go,
who races
look.
on the inside of Anisette.
Yeah, no.
I'll
On
tell
the
you.
outside of that pair is my favorite
You
daughter.
want to watch
Around the
Destruction?
far turn, and it's Speed Lane committed. Has a 3-length
Comes to 10.
advantage on Lady J, who cuts back into the margin second. Then Rebel Girl together with Magic Light, third and fourth. Eleuthera is on the
moving.
far outside. Unfaithful Ways.
Yeah, I don't
Glen
have any
All is
faith,
in the
so
mix, swinging
too
to
wide.
the outside for the drive. And from the back of the field, Emerald Lake trying to thread through traffic. They're in the final furlong, and it's Lady J short lead. Unfaithful Ways getting a clear shot. And from the back, here's Anisette. And Anisette with a bold, beautiful move along the inside. Anisette gets up
Sorry,
to win.
everybody.
You
Ultimate
have the
High
8 in the
was
pick
second.
4?
Unfaithful Ways.
But still, I'm
Golden
sorry.
Lady J and Rebel Girl.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I
Still
mean,
a painful.
it's one of those things, man. When you're going to single the pace horse and you get pinched like that coming out, that's tough. I mean,
Yeah, but he's
the
got to
8 was-
battle his way. He's got to understand that he's got a horse that needs to be forwardly placed.
Sure, but split second, you got to make those decisions. 8-1-7.
Number 8, Anisette was first. 1 Ultimate High second. It's a photo for third.
And I said I didn't like Powell first off out of Europe.
He was 0 for 15 over the last 3 years.
Yeah. That's just not where I'm going to go, but
Yeah.
where did the 3 finish? Did it finish the 3?
I did not see the 3 finish anywhere.
Okay, we'll see if they show some things here.
Womp. What? I need my music now. My sound effect.
Are you ready?
Yep.
No, sorry.
That's all right. We gave it a run. We survived the bomb.
Neurologists are stunned.
Yeah,
They've confirmed.
No.
That was a horse I would use if I was spreading here, and did use in the spread leg. I would have had to find a single somewhere else other than just defunded, because I would have had to go shallow in race 7 and only use the 2 or the 6 or something like that, or single the 6 to have gotten there.
Yep. And a better
third,
price.
Number 7 Unfaithful Ways.
Better price
4-10
than
Lady
8
J,
would have made
5th
it
4
easier
Rebel Girl.
too.
Yeah, but 8 to 2 is not.
I mean, 9 to 2 is not what you would want there.
I mean,
the morning line at 8 to 1 was juicy, right?
Yeah.
And you didn't get that really in the pick 3. You didn't get 8 to 1 in the pick 3. You certainly didn't get it in the double. But I mean, you got more in the double than you did in the pick 3. But I mean, it was the third choice at $24.
Yep. All right, so we have 7 minutes to the Royal Ship. Royal Ship is currently 1 to 2. Your E long shots your second choice, your third choice at 6-1 right now.
We got 11 minutes to ask downs too, just in case you were interested in that. But I think you're more interested in the, well, this 5's taking a little bit of money.
Yep.
Royal Ship's getting pounded. They're believing.
Well, and rightfully so, did win last time out on synthetic.
Yeah, we got to remember to, once this race cycles on Golden Gate, to turn the sound on. So we catch when Matt comes on for the last. All right. Who beats the 5 here?
Well, the 1 is the obvious choice, but probably the Baffert. No, I don't think that much of mastering the second choice.
When was the last time a Baffert was up at Golden Gate?
Doppelganger won the who won the El Camino Derby a year ago. I know that.
Wow. That's not a movie.
Sad it's really actually sad that that's in my head. That I was able to recall that quickly.
That is not good.
But, you know,
we got about a half an hour left. Thank you all for hanging with us.
And again, for those of you who were in on the ticket, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Make mean tweets. Send mean tweets to Oldy.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Give him something to do Monday and Tuesday. Back to work days. You're getting 10-1 on the 1-5 exacta, which isn't bad. Let's just, you get one. Same thing on the 4, 8-1 on the 2.
We need to get the pace number to Mario. We need to get Mario Gutierrez the pace number.
What on yeah.
I told you that story that there's a trainer at Gulfstream who gives the jockeys the pace number.
Sure. Well, that's easier said than done. The horse didn't come out of the gate right. If he had a shot like a rocket, it might have been a different story, but we just didn't.
Well, that 9 ran pretty fast too.
It did.
But you never know. It could be the type of horse that quits if it doesn't.
Sure, but conversely, if the 2 shoots out like a rocket and the 9 gets pinched, then it's a different story too, right? I mean, that's the gambling element into this.
Well, absolutely. If it was easy, everybody would be winning.
I just don't.
And the tracks and the ADWs would be out of business.
I just don't get 4 to 5 on the Royal Ship. Really?
Has Royal Ship ever been 4 to 5?
I don't know.
I guess I can turn the sound down so we can hear what Matt has to say.
Come into
about
working
that.
sometimes. I would argue this horse is very smart, not the other way around. I think this horse is a very smart horse. He likes to play around in the mornings. He likes to have a good time. He's a little bit quirky, but in the afternoons, for the most part, this horse breaks like a shot. He goes right to the lead, or he presses the pace. The last time we saw him, he lost by 3/4 of a length to Freeport Joe, who's a multiple stakes winner and a Grade 3 winner here at Golden Gate on the PETA. 2 starts ago, he was second and defeated Freeport Joe for second in the Grade 3 Berkeley. Question is the conditioning. From a pace scenario standpoint, this horse does make plenty of sense to me. I think he's going to be on the lead today. I'm going to be somebody. 2 minutes until race number 8, everybody. It's the All-American Stakes, and the runners are making their way towards the gate. Royal Ship, even money on the board. He's the one to beat, no doubt about it. This is a good race coming up, folks, with some classy horses. This is like a graded stake here. So should be a fun race, and looking forward to calling this, and like you, looking forward to watching it.
Did you chuck the one all the way out? Like just throw him out of everything?
Did I?
Exactly. Could you do that? No try, no exacta.
I mean, he is going from a 79 GSR to a 55 here.
I know.
And yes, Tripoli. I mean, Tripoli scares me as well here, because he does have the win over the synthetic. Kidden's Joy do run well on synthetic. I mean, the horse just isn't that good in general, but
still 7-1. What are the doubles playing to the 7? And then next, I don't like the 1. This is a puzzler. I don't know why they're betting the 1 that hard.
Because it's a big name.
Yeah, I can see that.
And the light is flashing at Golden Gate Fields.
The red light.
Yes.
The red light is flashing.
It's a red light district.
And the red light is now flashing on the starting
Oh.
gate at Golden Gate Fields as the runners have
confirmation.
made their way towards the gate for race number 8, the All-American Stakes for 3-year-olds and upward, going a mile on Tapeta.
A mile on the Tapeta.
They could come up with a better name, right? Sounds too close to tapioca.
Well, that's the name of the company that makes the synthetic, isn't it? Pretty sure.
Could be. Get the sound up, or are they just walking around?
Yeah, sound's up.
All right.
This is Evan Roman's first ride for Baffert.
Ooh. I hope he's nervous.
And the runners are facing up to the gate for the All-American. Royal Ship taking his spot, mastering post position number 2. American Farmer. Tripoli. As we welcome in our friends at Santa Anita Park tuning in for the second leg of the Golden Hour Late Pick 4. Good race here, the All-American Stakes. Royal and Rando is loaded. 2 more runners to complete the line. Rio King to the outside, and there's I'm Gonna Be Somebody. Waiting for I'm Gonna Be Somebody to take his spot in the gate. He's it. We're ready to go. And we're off in the All-American Stakes. I'm Gonna Be Somebody sent along out of the gate to get forward position. Mastering on the inside is there. American Farmer up close. Is going to stalk the pace, it appears, though, into the turn. Is Mastering on the inside, takes a short lead. American Farmer pressing him on the outside, and a 3-deep I'm Gonna Be Somebody.
Should have guessed that the Baffert would
Tripoli's
get
in
the
the
lead.
4th position, 2 lengths off the pace, a half length to Rio King, and Royal Ship tucked in on the inside of the long shot. Royal and Rando, they're at the back of the pack, and they're only about 4.5 lengths behind as they make their way up the back stretch. Mastering is the pacemaker here in the All-American, a half length in front. I'm Gonna Be Somebody hounding him with 5 furlongs to go. Tripoli on a snug hold third to the inside. Rio King in the meantime, he's 3 deep. American Farmer has lost position. He's 5th in a tightly bunched up field here. Royal and Rando alongside of him. And Royal Ship will have to come from last. He's at the back of the pack, but he's only about 3 lengths behind. They're still bunched up into the turn, mastering into that turn the leader by about a neck. I'm going to be somebody. Here's Rio King 3 wide on the scene, and they quicken the pace now around the turn. Royal Ship being asked to get going by Asael Espinoza. He's in 4th with Tripoli. Royal and Rando. American Farmers at the back now. Top of the stretch, mastering in deep water, and Rio King on the far outside, making a blitz to the front. Rio King, I'm going to be somebody, coming back at him. American Farmers re-rallying. The locals 1, 2, 3 as they come down the stretch. I'm going to be somebody has the lead. American Farmer, Tripoli, Rio King right behind. It's going to be I'm going to be somebody. A masterful job by Bill McLean to have him ready off the layoff. Alexander Chavez wins it. Aboard I'm going to be somebody.
That one worked out for us. So now we got some energy back in this. And that's the way you cover.
That's just the way. Right? I mean.
Right? I mean, that's the way you cover that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the way you cover it, sure. But if you're outside of the pick six, if you want to play this,
number 5,
that's one
I'm
place to
be
look.
Somebody was first.
Yeah.
Photo finish.
And the horse rated in 1.
And 5th. Please
yep,
continue
and it was all the local horses.
Cleared official.
Exactly. And I think you said it during the race, the early part, we were done when he didn't get the lead.
But Justin will tell you I do that a lot with my singles. I anytime a horse comes to my single, especially if it's on the lead, you'll hear me say I'm done, it's over. And sometimes it works. You know, I do hit a good percentage of singles, so you know, so that now if we can get 2 more prices here.
Yeah.
Running second was number 3, American Farmer. Third, number 4, Tripoli. 4th, number 7, Rio King. 5th, number 1, Royal Ship.
Ship.
5-3-4-7-1. 5-3.
Well, we were right about Royal Ship.
Your top 5
what a terrible favorite
race,
there.
number
Let's
8.
just talk about for a second. Well, I can now that I'm feeling good about this.
Sure.
That Royal Ship was 9%.
Mm-hmm.
And went off at 1-1.
Yeah, that's not something you're going to see a bunch of tweets on, like, oh, look, the 9% horse.
I mean, this is something Scotty could make a video of, though, just identifying the bad chalk.
Mm-hmm.
Royal Ship. Let's see if we can get this to update to the. No, it's not going to on us, but you know, dropping from a 79 GSR to 55. 9%. The system did have it as the E top choice for obvious reasons with the advantage in SOR, but you know, had never run on synthetic, was only 9%. And you know, we're trying to make money. You don't take 1-1 on a 9% horse. You take 10-1 on Tripoli at 18%, sure. But he ended up going off at 9-2 right on the morning line. And you have this horse at 25% and your top pace and your E long shot.
Which didn't get top pace.
Right. But
still was able to get it done. Open that up. Go look back at the look at the hand of it. That horse.
The last time it didn't get the lead and won was on dirt, almost a year ago.
Yeah, but and I'm sure if we went and looked that back up, you'd probably see kind of the same scenario.
Well, and maybe he gets caught towards the end too if he's going 8.5, but at 8. You know, he was able to have enough left in the tank to get by.
Who do we have the next to Santa Anita?
At the next in Santa Anita, we have. Actually, I could just make this easy for you. Golden hour. There we go. That's what we have.
3, 5, 3, 4, 5, 7, 10, 11. Brad was asking.
He's going to tell me he likes another horse that I didn't use, I'm sure. Ooh. So Will pays on the pick 6 if anybody's alive. The smallest payout is to the 5 at $8,500, which seems light to me. So the computers did well if it goes 5 or 7 here.
Well, I told you I like the 5.
The 4 pays 40 grand. The 3 pays 36 grand. The 10 pays 15. The 11 pays 40,000. It's 97,000 to the 12. 40 to the 6. 32 to the 1. And 36 to the 3. So like I said, if it ends up 5 or 7, the computers did well. If it doesn't, they may have not had as good of a day. And the pick 5s.
Go ahead.
The pick 5s are paying very nicely as well, with your lowest amount being about $24.50, and your highest amount being $50K.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. But your pick 4s, and this was the reason I chose not to play that pick 4. You know, most of them are paying around between $100 and about 600.
So it's
in that range. There's a couple, including that 12, which is the biggest number across the board. Is that's going to pay almost $2,500, but for the most part, it's sub $1,000 pick 4s.
So it's 5, 7, 10. 5, 7, 10 in the pick 6, the top 3. In terms of the shortest price is 5, 7, 10. Then you get the 1 and the 3. I'm trying to figure out a golden hour double here to the 7. Okay. I like the 5, the Mohawk horse all along.
You did.
The 7
That's true.
Is the D'Amato horse with Pratt. Has Pratt won anything today?
He just won the last race.
All right. I'm going to do a $10.
I ain't forgetting that one, so.
Yeah, $10 double. 5, 7.
Your 5 just won the best turned out award.
Oh, great.
I don't know if that's worth anything, but you want me to leave this up here for you, or you want me to?
You go ahead.
And put the video up. Get us over to the right track and turn the audio off of the wrong track. There we go. Going down the hill is always an interesting trip. Sometimes you see some really fast trips. Sometimes it's dawdle, dawdle, dawdle sprint.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe now is a good time to talk about my favorite horse, the Chosen Vron, and that performance yesterday.
Mm-hmm. That was nuts. He just crushed.
Hector, and we've all seen Hector Barrios ride 1,000 times. It seems like when he rides that horse, whatever he chooses to do is the right choice. He, they had been running on or near the lead recently, and he chose to go back, let those two horses kill each other at the front, and just zoomed around them, and the race was over. Never even took the whip out.
No.
Well, I don't know if there was Barrios, the trainer, whose strategy that was, but it was executed to perfection. And I did hear or read that the rumor is that they're aiming to try the grade 1 Bing Crosby, which I think is a big, big step up.
Oh, huge.
I mean, I just, is he good enough to beat Dr. Scheibel if he's there? Probably not. But what does he have left to prove it against California breds?
Not much, other than, he can just go out there and continue to cash checks, right? I mean, that's not a bad thing.
Right? No, absolutely. But if they want to see, the checks get bigger when and maybe they think, I mean, he does have an open grade 3 victory. This is not it's not like he's going up against Cody's Wish. So this isn't the best group of sprinters.
Jessica
on the
Pfeiffer
West
up
Coast
here on the
right
Hillside Turf Course. Horses warming up for the last race of the day, and I thought some of the horses looked really beautiful.
But you might
coming
get
up
somebody
the hill,
like
particularly number 5,
Hopkins from
King
Baffert
Apollo
out there.
totally took my breath away coming up here on the turf course. Kent DeSormo took him to stand. He looked onto the infield and seems really nice, collected, and calm right now, but absolutely looked.
The other thing I'll say about that is, since he's a gelding, if he stays healthy, knock on wood, we're gonna see a lot of this for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
As a 4-year-old gelding, or actually, it might be a 5-year-old gelding now.
Horse that I thought looked amazing coming up is a little bit of a price.
Thanks everybody
right now.
for sticking with us. Hit the like button.
Has not had great.
Appreciate it, everybody.
Play,
I hope it's been
really
as much fun for you as we've had doing this.
Turf course. Don't forget, Folds of Honor poker tournament after the last race here at Santa Anita Park. It'll be a fun time. Thanks for joining us today at Santa Anita
Oldy,
Park.
After
last voice
this,
you will hear will
click
be
on
Frank
the Oldy Gate audio.
Yes.
So I did a double here, $10 to the 5 to the 7, and $5 each, the 1, 3 to the 7. That's my golden hour double.
I did like
do
the
it for
4.
Drew.
Some here.
Yeah, do it for Drew.
Call me insane.
Chuck going with a 4, 5, 7, 4 through 7 golden hour double. Good luck, Chuck. I gave a look to the 1 and the 3. There's long shots here.
I use the 3. We do have the 3. We have the 4, 5, 7. 4, 5, 7, 10, 11. So anything but the 5 or 7 is going to pay pretty well for the golden hour.
Yeah.
As we currently have 2 mid-priced horses.
We had a ton of horses here, though, right?
Yeah, there's a lot to spread across.
3 through 5, 7, 10, 11. Let's just get to 3.
Well, and you have to figure there were a lot of golden hour tickets singled to the ship of the Royal.
Hopefully all of them. I guarantee you there were very few that were singled to the 5. I mean, that was an add-on horse for a lot of people. But that's where
the horses have reached the starting gate. It's post time.
The long shot.
Immediately following this race, If you'd like to come and play in the Folds of Honor charity poker tournament, we'd love to have you. $300 donation, and all that money goes to the Folds of Honor Foundation. If you just wanted to make
hopefully we're not all out at Tampa after this.
Next to the gift shop all day.
Yeah. What was the one about disasters on my bats? Bloodbath.
Yeah, Bloodbath.
Yeah. We got to be able to pop those up from time to time. Put those up on the screen. You know, put those up on the screen with...
Last couple going in.
We got to get them to read them so that we can make audio clips of them and use them.
Dancing Rinka. Mastermind to the outside.
All right, Frank, call us the 3.
I'll take the 3.
They're in the gate. And they're off.
3 broke sharp.
Very even start, and now Brady Boy sprints up to vie for the early lead. Wi-Fi is up close in the early stages. These two are head and head running down the hill, and on the
So he's
far
getting
outside,
that
here's
straight
Mastermind.
shot
Mastermind now
down,
takes
which is
the lead.
nice.
Brady Boy is in second. Down on the inside comes Nero Tulip, who's a joint third and about 2 lengths
If he
off
doesn't
the
get
pace.
squeezed.
Dancing Rinka
Well, he won't,
races a
because
close-up
when
fourth.
they're going to
Followed
make
at the
him...
rail by
That's
Augusta
at
Melody
12.
in
They're
the
going to
fifth
pay
spot at this stage, and do it for
96,000.
Andrew races in between horses. Wi-Fi is in that group as well, and a 4 wide subsidized, about 5 lengths off the lead. Steadying there was Do It for Andrew, lost some significant ground as they come toward the quarter pole. At the back of the field, Kid Azteca and Van Cougar, they have a quarter of a mile to go, chasing Mastermind at the top of the stretch. Nero Tulip trying to split horses. On the outside, Dancing Rinka is running a nice race, and Dancing Rinka up to take the lead. And here's King Apollo. King Apollo has surfaced with a devastating run in the center of the course. And King Apollo takes the lead. At the rail, it's Nero
Come on,
Tulip.
4.
And here's
Get up.
Kid
Get up.
Azteca, like a freight train.
Get up.
Kid Azteca runs him down to cap off a wonderful day for Juan Hernandez. King Apollo, Van Cougar, and then behind that.
So we went 5 out of 6 in the pick 6 too. We have.
Yeah, what's that pay? That pays.
It pays
0.
Yep.
That's the problem with the 26th thing.
Yep, but you know, we had a 21-1 and a 13-1 winner in there. That just tells you we're seeing things well.
Yeah, well, I like to see things well and get paid too, but
yes, well,
hey,
we're on to
the less.
We're on to the pay lag in the golden hour.
Boy, Kristen had that horse ready to roll.
Yep.
Juan was just able to rally that horse and time it just right. That's a good exacta there.
Friday, first post 1:15 p.m. We'll see you then. But for now, enjoy this nightcap.
All right, so we are
3, 4, 5, and 7.
3, 4, 5, and 7. So let's hope we got this right.
9 minutes until race number 9, everybody.
Hi, Matt.
Bitterman back with you.
Hi, Matt.
Great run from I'm Going to Be Somebody, and a heck of a job by Bill McLean to have him ready. And he's just a gamer, this horse. I mean, that was a good field he beat off the layoff, and he was ready to roll today. And we'll see what he does next. I'm sure the Pleasanton Mile on Dirt. He's a good dirt horse. I would assume that would be the next spot. Maybe even think about Del Mar later in the summertime. So they've got options, but he's a good horse. I'm Going to Be Somebody.
It's good boom, Chuck.
Back to the races and obviously back to the winner's circle. We move along to race number 9 here, everybody. A field of 7 in this race, and this race is for 3-year-old sprinters. Your current favorite in this race is drawn outside, number 7, Respond.
No 6 in the last.
This was drawn in class after a 4th place finish last time out in starter allowance race. We'll back at 9 days for the OJ.
That was bound to happen.
He's in for 20 today. His 2-back effort was very good and a very strong.
The fact that that's the only time that it's only
and after that, he came back in a Santa Anita race and ran second in a really good race there. Chili Willie, who ran third that afternoon.
Chili Willie.
In that 12-5 race,
that's
that Respond ran second, and he came back to win for 12-5.
I hope Matt's right, and we get
race
the
2 starts ago where he stocked the
5
pace.
and 9
Most recently, he stocked and ran an okay fourth, but this is an easier field, and I would imagine drawn
like another,
outside with Evan Roman aboard for the first
5
time.
minutes,
this
and
horse
we should get the
ever
Will
say
Pays
the
here.
outcome, I would imagine. He's well spotted. I made him the second pick. I'm going to try Silent
so let's
Sunday,
look
the
here.
other Jason Hall entrant in the race. Jason's got
Just
2 in here.
Tell you
He's
guys
more
what
of
I
an
saw
unknown.
in the
I mean, we know
four as
Respond
Matt's
likes the
talking.
Tapita. We don't know if
Was
Silent Sunday
16%.
will. 2 of his 3 races have resulted in wins.
And was 8 to
Both
1.
of them were
Had
on the
never
dirt
been
at
down.
Los Alamitos, going 1,000
Had never been
yards.
down
He's
the
in
hill
for 20
either.
today.
But was a Peter
He's
Miller
got
horse and
turf
was
pedigree
drawing
on the top
JJ.
side. He's got a little turf pedigree there.
How often do you
that'll
get
tell me whether maybe he's got the breeding
double
like
figures
synthetic.
on JJ and
He's
Peter
got
Miller?
speed too. Brian Pena has ridden Respond the last 2 races, and we find him on number 5 Silent Sunday. There could be a lot of
they're
reasons
hitting
for
it
that.
almost
You never really
30%,
know
so.
unless you ask the people involved, but read into that as you will. Silent Sunday, he's got speed, especially, I mean, this horse was on the lead in that 1,000-yard Los Alamitos maiden win, came back in an allowance non-2 life in the nighttime and won stock in the pace. But if you can be close to the pace in those races, you can be on the lead in a race like this. I don't think he needs the lead. As we saw last time out, he stalked and won. I think this
Ron
horse is
points
very
out that
intriguing.
we were
He's
actually 5 out of 6 on
Interesting
both
to
tickets.
see how he does here. I think if he runs his race,
I had
think
the 8
he
on the
stacks
B
up with a
ticket.
field like this, probably in the right spot here. Number 1, Eddie Crosswire for
Yeah,
Heronis
well.
Racing. They've done well up here. They had a win on Sunday yesterday with Game Time in the Alcatraz, and Tripoli got nosed out for second in the All-American, but he
you
ran
don't
a good
get
race
anything
behind
for
some good
5 out of
horses.
6.
And here's Eddie Crosswire, another Heronis Racing runner. After a couple of poor efforts down south, this horse moved to Northern California and found his friends here, no doubt about that. Ran for Maine 25, which is a higher-level Maine claiming condition.
All my
Lost by a neck
friends
to
are in
incredible
my
shot. We
head.
saw come back to win a starter allowance race on the turf going long. So he lost to a pretty decent horse for Maiden 25.
You know,
Then he wheeled
I
back
got
to
friends
Maiden
in low
25 most
places.
recently. Eddie Crosswire stalked the pace
Yeah.
and won. And drew off and won by about 4. He's in for 20 today, so he's not in a starter allowance.
Most of them
They're
are
putting
horse
it in for the
trainers,
tag.
right?
If someone wants to claim him, claim box is closed now, but if somebody wanted to earlier in the day, they could have taken him for 20,000. Eddie
I don't
Crosswire,
see
first start
any
against winners. I think this horse
Will
is very
Pays
much
yet.
in with a possible win here. I think his last 2 races have been good.
40,000 for
Obviously,
the
he's facing
pick
winners
6.
for the first time, and sometimes we've
Yep.
talked about it before. Sometimes
Should have
these
singled the
horses,
4 in the
especially the
last.
main claiming types, you go from
13,000 for the
not
pick 5.
non-winners to proven winners. It's a pretty difficult bump up in class for some horses, but I like this horse's energy level on this Tapita surface. He's put himself in 2 good positions in his last 2 starts. He's got a real nice tactical speed stalking running style. I think he likes the Tapita, the Square Eddies. He's a son of Square Eddie. The Square Eddies like synthetics, and this horse, I see him as one that does. And the fact of the matter is, when you look at this
Square Eddies
field
like
here,
everything, don't
where
they?
these horses have been breaking their maidens, this horse makes a lot of sense.
You say so.
Could have run in a starter 50 race. He's in for a higher
I mean,
claiming
in
condition for
California.
3-year-olds. I think this horse is a very interesting contender at 7-1 because he's
I
run
think
very well at 2
The
very
4,
good
the
25
Steiner
races.
horse is
I'm going to
very
go
interesting
5-7-1
here.
in this race.
Here we go.
and we will let you
Espinoza and
know, everybody.
Steiner
4
are
minutes
almost
until the nightcap race
40%
number 9.
as
It's
Here we
been a
go.
pleasure taking you through this card. And remember, live racing does resume on Friday, first post 1:15. We'll see you then, everybody. Have a great rest of your day and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we'll see you back here Friday for more live racing. Good night, everybody.
Must have forgot.
Well, it's not oath of.
Well, we got a few minutes, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I
Will
don't see
Pays
Will
are
Pays
up.
yet, do you?
Will
All
Pays
right.
are up. And all I have to say is let's go 3.
3. Colonel Vargo. Steve Sherman, Frank Alvarado. Tell us, what is the 3?
$10,717.
American, not Hong Kong?
Not Canadian, no.
No.
This was not a 20-cent denomination on a pick 4.
All right. What
And
is
so-
next?
The 4 is 46.89. The 5 is 57.71. And the 7, your favorite, is 25.87.
All right.
Pretty decent cover.
Yeah.
If it hits.
All right.
Tempted a
Well,
cover, let's call it now.
We've got a few people. It's a win, whatever you want to call it, right?
Right.
Let's just get the 3. Get the 3. Well, that would be something.
3's that
Other than
Steiner
that-
horse I've been talking about.
Steiner.
With the 39%. No, that's the Sherman horse. Sorry. The 4 is the Steiner horse. Sorry.
Yeah, well, we don't want to talk about the 4. We have the 4, right?
Yeah, we have the 4. The 3 is
The 4 pays
17%, and your E long shot, though.
Mm-hmm.
You got Frankie Alvarado.
Frankie Alvarado. Frank's just happy that Russell Bay's retired.
And ladies
Frank's
and
had a number
gentlemen,
of
here
bad
is a
injuries.
late scratch out of this race. In the upcoming 9th race, we have a late scratch.
That'd be-
Number 4,
that'd be the
Mamos
3.
Kiddo, is a late scratch. Per advice of the track veterinarian and per
I guess-
order of the steward, scratch number 4, Mamos Kiddo. In
Well,
this
if we get the
ninth race,
7
if
now,
you had
we get it
Mamos
for
Kiddo
$2, and
win,
we get all the
place,
4's money.
Show, exacta, trifecta, superfecta wagers, you'll be refunded for those bets.
So it won't hurt us as
Late double, late pick
much
threes,
as if it
you're
was the
still
1 or
alive
the
and you had
2.
number 4 Mamos Kiddo
Right?
on
Mhm.
your tickets,
Yeah.
you will get a consolation payout. Pick 6, late pick 5, late
Well,
pick
no,
4.
we get
if
a
you had number 4
consolation
Mamos
payout.
Kiddo on your tickets, you will be
No, we don't. I'm not in the
getting
golden
the
hour.
favorite at the start of the race. Whoever
These
goes
other
off
bets.
favorite, you get that runner on your ticket. Again, a late scratch of number 4 Mamos Kiddo in the nightcap. Race die.
Well, there went all the will pays. We're all jacked up.
Oh, no, because all the money's going to go on the 7 automatically. But, we're still going to get, because let's see if it changes.
It all
or
depends
not.
on how everything was. It's not going to change.
Yeah.
They're not that quick.
I've seen it a couple times, but yeah, they're about to load in the gate. The golden gate.
The golden gate. Is the red light on? Yeah, it is. We didn't get the red light. It's flashing.
He's going to come back on, I would assume. I'm assuming we're not going to watch this last race in silence.
No, he'll come back on. He needs to call the 3 for us now, though. Rob, you want us to cover
And the red light is now
Downs?
flashing on the starting gate.
We can't
at
do it on
Green
Monday.
Field,
Maybe
so the runners
Wednesday.
have made their way towards the gate for race number 9, the finale.
But I'm going to need more bourbon for ass downs for sure.
All right, let's see
You
what
get to
that
find
does.
somebody, Oldy, boots on the ground at Assonovia Downs. Like finding the Andy Beyond Cone of Assonovia Downs.
Yeah, I don't know who that would be.
It's got to be somebody. Put Swift on the case. Give him something
Now
to do.
you know
other than
who.
back on Baffert.
He knows where all the Baffert horses that haven't run in a year are.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you got to try and track like 40,000 horses a year. Good luck.
All right, well, the one's in the no, one's not in the gate.
It's thinking
And the
about
runners
going
are facing up to the gate for the last race today. Eddie Crosswire
We're not
to
a
the
fan of the
inside
one.
post. Eddie Crosswire. Here's Mr. Fighter.
We wish the one a safe trip in the back.
Yes.
The entire distance.
Or we wish all the money to go on the one.
Colonel Vargo, post position.
And the 2.
Number 3.
Come on, 3. Well, 3, 5, 7.
Waiting for
doesn't
Colonel
feel
Vargo
as
to
good
take
as
his turn.
having 4 horses.
He's in now. Silent Sunday post 5. We remind you we did have a late scratch of number 4 Mamos Kiddo about 4 or 5 minutes ago. So keep that in mind. Zookeeper to post position number 6. And to round out the group, Respond. Also with that scratch, there's no high five wagering in this race. If you bet that, you'll get refunded for that.
High five.
Here's Respond to the outside post.
We're at the high 7.
We're ready to go.
Here we go.
And they're off. Good beginning for all the runners. Mr. Fighter broke alertly. He's being asked to get into the race early. Here comes Silent Sunday quickest. Silent Sunday to the lead with Zookeeper. And Mr. Fighter is going to take back off heels. He's in the 3rd position early with Respond. Between them, Colonel Vargo makes it a party of 3 off dueling leaders. Silent Sunday still with his head in front.
Used to watch party of 5 back in
Wire
the
is
day.
the early trailer, and he's running 5 lengths off the lead. Into the turn, Mr. Fighter, one who has to take up
We
into
might
that
be in a
turn,
tad
was
bit
in a
of
little bit
trouble
tight,
here.
drops back to 5th. They round the turn with Zookeeper and Silent Sunday going at it. Zookeeper on the outside with the head lead now. Silent Sunday trying to come back at him inside 2nd. In 3rd,
I
the
like the
favorite
chances.
Respond. He's gotten a good trip. Can he keep going here? He's in the 3 path. Colonel Vargo right behind him at the top of the stretch.
Go 3.
Silent Sunday
Get
in
through.
front. He's turning away Zookeeper. Respond on the far outside there. Colonel Vargo
Get
still
through,
on.
3.
The leader's
Go.
coming to the 16.
Make a move.
Silent Sunday in front. Respond trying to wear him down. Silent Sunday and Respond. The 2 Jason Hall runners come to the line together, and it's a
sorry,
photo
guys.
finish between them. The heads
I don't
are
know
up
what
and
that's
down.
gonna
We won't
do,
call it.
but the
Respond on
7-1.
the outside. Silent Sunday inside in a thriller, and then Colonel Vargo and Zookeeper.
Well, I don't know, man. That's close.
It was
With the
not.
5. It's close with the 5. You get the 7 twice. It's the 7, yeah.
Yeah.
Photo finish.
We talked about the
Photo
7
finish.
all along.
Never die.
Now
Please
the question
continue to stand
is,
by until the result
is there an
declared
inquiry
official.
on the 7 boxing the 3? 3 tried to get out, and the 7 nailed the 3. Well,
That's close, man. That 5 got a bob.
yeah,
Got a bob.
that was a Baffert level bob.
The 3 gave it a shot, man.
Yeah.
I mean, if you would have put like a real world-class jock on the 3, if we could have got somebody to run up there,
Irad definitely would have gotten out when the 3 tried to get out.
I would have like bumped like all the horses out of the way, just forced his way through.
Still think the 4 would have won that race.
Yeah, maybe. What was the payoff to the 5 pre?
2,500.
Not bad. Should right size everybody. 7.
Number 7, Respond was first. Second, number 5.
Well, we have 3
Silent
horses.
Sunday.
They
Third,
finished
number 3, Colonel Vargo. Fourth,
1,
number
2,
6,
3.
Zookeeper. 7-5-3-6.
Yeah, in the wrong order.
7-5-3-6. Your top 4 finishers in race number 9.
6 really leveled off. The 6 looked like he was going by the 5 around the turn.
That happens all the time up there, where it gives you that false sense of security that it's just going to move forward, and it doesn't. They're going too fast. Finally, Evan wins a race by a dirty nose over us. Okay, so you said 2,500?
Yep.
All right, we'll see what the we get the 7 twice. We'll hang out until we see the price. And
Number
then we
7,
will
Respond
bid.
in the winner's circle. He's a 3-year-old
We're already
chestnut gelding by
saying
Grand Minstrel out of
$1,600 for a
Ballistic
buck,
Sue by
according to
City and
TVG.
Zip. Respond was bred in Kentucky by
So
Manakin Farms
3,200
and is now
instead
owned
of,
by Jason Hall Stables. Custom truck accessories.
Yeah, I don't trust that,
725.
though.
Baker.
I don't trust
Trained
that.
by OJ Harrigy, Evan Roman. Your
I'll
winner,
take
Josh.
32
That's a
instead of
1-2 finish
25.
here for Jason Hall
It
Stables.
does. It chose the 4 as a
One of the
scratch, so you
co-owners
may be
of
right. 3,200.
Respond and Silent Sunday. This
That
race
would be
now
something to
official.
back
Stand by
into.
for prices.
Yeah.
Rory, I hope you're right. I hope you're right, because it does.
Yeah, so
show
it says
he's not-
16. Spire says 1667.20.
Yeah,
No,
and
it did
the
adjust.
4 is the 4 at 0.
The
four at
4
0?
hit 0, yes.
Yeah, the 3,200 over the 5, and
Almost.
with the 3, the 3 went down to 3,200. So that is the absolute not the worst thing that could happen, Oldy. This never happens to us.
No,
the 3 went
we're
down
assuming
from
though that we
10,000.
do get it for $2.
Yeah, we're going to get it for $2 for sure. The 3 went down from 10,000 to 3,200 because of that.
Do they allow shifting of your tickets, like a second choice there? Like I know Santa Anita was doing that. There must be.
Number 7 respond raise 360 to win. $1 exact to 690. Trifecta 1620.
Only in the on
$2
track.
consolation.
Right, yes, that's what I mean.
Number 4 Mamo's Kiddo pays $960. $2 double 5-7.
If you were on track,
even. Pick 3 consolation. $77.45. Pick 3, $128.50. Pick 4, that is the late pick 4, $297.95. Pick 5, $581.45. Late pick 5, 10-cent superfecta, $8.93.
This was as good as hitting. We needed to beat the 5.
Yeah.
And it was the same payout as the 3.
Pick 6, 6 of 6. Returns $1,004 even. Carry over in the jackpot pool into Friday, $20,055.82.
Big surprise. Carry over
Ladies
the
and gentlemen,
jackpot.
live racing does resume Friday. If we have the golden hour wagers for you, those payoffs, we'll have them up on the board as soon as we can. It's been a pleasure having you here at Golden Gate Fields on Memorial Day. And remember what this day is all about. Remember that. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you Friday first post 1:15. Until then, please drive home safely if you're at the track.
And you know, to everybody, thank you for sticking with us and sticking this out. You know, I had a lot of fun doing this.
It's official. Paid $16.67.20 for $1. So you should see 3,300.
Well, I won't see 3,300 because I shared that out, but you had 20% of that as your $38 ticket cost.
Way to go, Oldy. Hey, we hit something, right?
Right. And it's only been a couple times we haven't hit something on the air. So even when it ends up chalky like Friday. But good job, Chris. Thank you for pushing me to do this too. And, you know, this was a lot of fun. We always have fun doing this together, and we have fun with Justin, whether it's you with Justin, me with Justin. You know, I consider myself very lucky to be able to do this with such a great group of viewers. And, you know, again, I never imagined that I'd be here with this opportunity.
Absolutely. I got one thing for you tonight. That was crazy. That was a nutty outcome for us because we wanted the 3 all along, which would have paid us 10 grand. The 4 scratched. That money went to the 7. We thought the whole race we wanted the 5. The 5 would have paid us the least amount. We ended up with the best. The 3 and the 7 basically paid the same thing for us when the 4 scratched. The 5 would have been a lower payout. So that's not something that we're used to. Usually we're on the ass end of that, right? Where this or that happens. The gate's in the wrong place. So great that you had the long shot winner. We're gonna give everybody all that race and call it good and pay you the least. So the you know, it kind of makes up for a little bit of the Manny Franco jump off, the various different things that have happened.
We can thank the on-track switching at Santa Anita most likely for that. Isn't that where you can do it? Not Golden Gate, but at Santa Anita, I think they allow it.
They allow it at Golden Gate as well. It's everywhere in California. If you bet with the slip on, I think it's pick 4s and above, you can select an alternate. And Alan Hancock pointed out that ExpressBet does allow that as well, where you can select an alternate. However, I don't know, Alan, if that works on the 2-track things or if it's only on 1 track. Because I know you can't select, it's only California specific. You can't do that in Kentucky or New York or whatnot. But we should be able to do that everywhere. We have the technology to do that. Absolutely. Where you can select alternate runners in the event of a scratch and prevent some of these things. But maybe one day. And Mike, Buffalo Mike, thanks. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
We enjoy interacting with you folks in the chat. Again, Oldy's Twitter account, the oldykapper.com. Oldykapper has that link if you want to join us. Mike, what do you got?
Again, you when you single in the 5th leg and you're alive to that single, and it hasn't been super chalky, you can't complain. All you can hope for is that your single hits. We played the backup correctly, and it ended up swinging the day to a profit. So, at least for me, because I only played the stuff we played on the air today. So, and had some shares of Lexi's tickets and stuff like that. And
we played a bunch of tickets between ourselves, and I got a piece of yours. We had stuff that didn't hit. We got unlucky. Rory is asking. Thank you. Rory is, and I'll catch you up offline. I may have to do that somewhere else. If Rory is asking for an ass pick 5, starts at 17 minutes. You want to move through one real quick here and go from
there? I'll move through one. I ain't playing it, but I'm.
No. Let's do what you do, a $36 budget. I'll do one too.
Hold on one sec. I just got to get the screen moving where it belongs here.
I already got my single. That took all of 15 seconds.
We'll take this one. We'll go to the and it's a 20-cent denomination.
Yeah, that's why. This is
all right. So I'm just going to do $45 there. Let's see. So the 2 is not amongst the top picks. This is on fire.
Fire. I want to be like Beavis.
Yeah, settle down, Beavis.
Yeah.
These are not some talented horses in Ass Race 4.
No. So, race 3 it starts.
No, but 4 is a maiden race where the highest GSR is 47.
Yeah, I'm a spread there.
You think?
Yeah.
So let's see, 56. No, I'm looking for I'm hunting singles right now.
I'm all about the 2 in leg 1. Just go, baby, go. Inside speed early on at ass downs usually does well.
Well, what do you think of the former Jeff Metz horse, the 4? Or I could double down and single the E long shot there. The 8. But I do like that the 4. So that the 8 is, let's see, 7.5, shortening up. I'm a little concerned about the distance for the horse. Almost beat similar. Needs to break better. It's either, for me, either the 4 or the 8. I'm going to stay with our formula here, where we have a 19% E long shot in race 3. The 8, Golden Eyed. And I'm going to regenerate, as you guys just saw me do. I'm just going to check some of the stuff, make sure there's not a single I like better.
Regenerate.
Do I really want an 0 for 6 at the distance, 2 for 20 horse? No. We're going to say no to that one. So is there anything else in this race?
That's mine. I sent it to you in the chat.
All right, hold on. I'm doing this as fast as I can here, just talking out the way I think about this. This Tim Padilla horse that is now with some guy named Buffalo.
Buffalo Mike?
No,
Is it with Buffalo Mike?
It would be impressive if it was. All right.
Yeah, that would be impressive.
This
Buffalo
is where
Mike,
I think
you got horses in Canada, Western Canada. All right.
All right. I think I'm set here.
Okay, we got two different single sets. Awesome.
So I'm going to pull up did you throw it in the WhatsApp chat?
Yeah.
All right. Everybody's going to see the WhatsApp chat here, but that's okay. Hopefully there's nothing embarrassing on there.
Nope. There is not.
I just got to wait for it to update here.
Boom. There it is.
All right. So Chris is 2, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 4, 2, 5, 7, 8, all.
All. 40 bucks.
I am 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 5, 7, 2, 4, 7, 9, 10.
Yep. So if you play both tickets, you've got two options in race 5. Other than that, we're pretty well squared if the 2 hits in night 1. I'm just going top pace in race 1 and hoping the inside speed.
Yeah.
Inside speed there, if you follow that track, which unfortunately I have, does well, especially early on. But who knows? It's not something where if the EE is 70% top pace, top win percentage pick loses, I'm going to go on Twitter and cry in all caps versus somebody that has been doing that recently. And oh, by the way, when you sign up for an EE monthly subscription, it bills you every month like a subscription.
Yes. And I want to point out one other thing. If you are new to EE, if you're old T, if you want to learn more about EE and you're not a subscriber, join the coaching classes. They're free. You could get stuck with me. You could get stuck with Scotty. You could get stuck with Justin. We all do classes. Chris, hopefully we'll have some coming soon too. And, we'll take the time with you. With the group, we'll answer questions. It's interactive. It's fun. I do a Thursday night class, which, we do some quarter horses. We do some evening tracks as well for thoroughbred. So it's a lot of fun. So sign up. And, that's my pitch. Sign up for the free coaching classes. And
yeah, I will be 100% doing coaching classes. Well, I shouldn't say 100% because Scott and I have it. We've talked, but it's not official. But I don't want to speak for him. But I will be doing some, hopefully, and mine will be more focused on individual races, not multi races. So
yeah,
it should be fun. I'm going to hopefully do. I want to do some at night during the week, especially during the summer when things are available, and just sort of talk people through things. Again, nothing special, but we're always here to help. You can find me on Twitter, hit the Handicapper. You can find me on Twitter, CWWALSH at 669. And thanks for everybody hanging out for almost 4 hours with us. We at least hit something, but it was fun to go over races with you and watch them. And
it looks like
again.
Looks like Alfredo hit the golden hour as well.
Nice, good for him. It was good I would love to have him on when he has a better connection, interact. Thanks to all the veterans. Thanks to all those who have served. Happy Memorial Day, everybody. Always pleased to be with you.
Bye, everybody. Thanks.
Oldy, what's your final thoughts? Give us the Howard Cosell sign off.
A lot of fun. great Memorial Day, honor to the troops and to the veterans, especially, my father's a veteran of Korea. Just appreciate the time and the fight for our freedom. And, I just want to take the time to close out and say thank you. And
I'll end with Corny Horror. Tony on waving the flag.
All right.